Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy BT Kingsley, man. Listen, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Follow me on everything at BT Kingsley, BTKI. If you put in BTKI on Instagram and I don't come up, your algorithm. I'm telling you right now, I appreciate y'all. Check out the new music, Mr. Kingsley, on everything. Make sure you're watching Killing It Pod. Safe Space is out and a bunch of other stuff. BTKingsley.com, it's all there. Come check me out live in your city. I'll be there. And if not, come check me out in LA. It's a residency at Flappers I might have. I love y'all. It's your boy, Kingsley.
I'm Nick Young, Swaggy P, and you watching TFU Podcast. Let's go.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, America's #1 pick app.
America #1, baby!
Download the Prize Pick app, use promo code TFU.
TFU is in the game!
And play your first $5 lineup. And if you win, you'll get $150 in lineups.
Did you just say $150 in lineups?
I did. And this is the easiest way to make every game even more exciting.
I'm excited right now!
I can tell. Just pick more or less on a few players' stats and lock in your lineup.
Oh, I'm locked in!
Football season is here.
Say, hut, hut!
And there's no better way to put your sports knowledge to the test.
Say, hut!
Download the Prize Pick app today. Use promo code TFU. Play your first $5 lineup. And if you win, you'll get $150 in lineups.
Woo!
Do it today.
Welcome into another episode of TFU Podcast.
Let's go.
On today's episode, we got a very special guest.
Talk about it.
Comedian, actor, writer, producer. BT Kingsley's in the house.
Yeah,
What
baby. What up, man?
Man.
Your accent wasn't like that when we started the show, man. I'm putting you out there right now. That
What?
accent.
Oh, no.
He
That's
turned
his
it up.
accent.
Nah, he turned it up, man. I heard
You gotta
it.
remember, the accent come out whatever words you talking about.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's just-
I cannot control it.
yeah. It's hard. It started rolling harder when we with cameras on.
Nah, trust me. He got an accent. He definitely got an accent. Man, you know what's so crazy? When you came out, because I've seen your podcast a billion times, and I've enjoyed it. But you guys don't really talk about y'all that much.
Right.
You're usually just talking about the guests. So when I seen you come out on Chocolate Sunday, I was like, oh, this going to be good. And then when I realized that when they were like, nah, we bringing him out to host, I was like, oh no, he do this for real.
Oh yeah. I'm one of the guest hosts at Chocolate Sundays. That's been going on for maybe year and a half, 2 years.
Wow.
Big shout out Lonnie. Big shout out Ron G. Because they kind of fought for me to be able to do that.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I be trying to be humble in these situations, but humble don't be the truth sometimes.
Nah.
Humbly, not humbly. I'm hilarious. And
I'm here to say he is.
Right.
He is hilarious.
I appreciate. And you know what? And that night, I felt like I was okay that night. I felt that the show you was at.
No, you killed it.
I appreciate it, man. That show felt cool.
Right.
It didn't feel like you know how it be when you like. I feel like if I average 29 points, I was like, all right, I had 27 tonight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, this
Right.
wasn't a 50-pointer. You know what I'm saying? But no, like they fought for me to kind of have that spot, and Pookie allowed it because with Ron was on the road a lot, and it was like, all right, we're gonna start rotating different hosting, and I did like the first opening spot. But one of the things I've kind of cultivated for myself is I can go up in any room and kind of make it my own.
Got you.
So I don't care what happened in this room. If it's dry in here, if it's up, if it's something crazy, just happened, I can settle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we're ready to go for comedy.
Got you.
Yeah, it's good times.
But shoot, let's just start from the beginning. I think you're born, if I'm not mistaken, from up north.
Yeah, born in San Francisco. All my memories of the Bay are all Lake Merritt, though. So it's all Oakland.
Got you.
So all my memories are all Oakland, but I left when I was really young. I left, I don't know, 4 or 5.
And then you left from there to go to Sacramento?
to Houston.
To Houston, then back to Sacramento?
I went to Houston I was in Houston for years. I started comedy in Houston. And then when I moved back to Northern Cali, I was going to film school in San Francisco. I went to Academy of Arts in San Francisco. But my mom and my whole family moved to Sacramento. Because Sacramento's way cheaper than the Bay.
Yeah.
Bay cheap as hell.
Yeah.
And Bay is very expensive. Sacramento is not nowhere near that.
Gotcha.
But when I got to Sac, it wasn't, how do I say this? It's not that it wasn't no OGs. They just weren't as active as I was used to seeing my OGs. Ali Sadiq is one of my OGs from Houston.
Okay.
So our comedy OGs in Houston, Thomas Miles, Ali, they were very active. They would go do comedy. They would come back. This is all that they did. So we would see this consistently, and they groomed us a certain way. They were really hard on us. If they took us out, as hey, don't do this. Hey, that was trash. Hey, you suck. Like, hey, you know what I mean? It gets you right. So when I got to Sac, that didn't exist. It was like Dale Van Dyke and Daniel Dugard, but they were like, they'd golf and do comedy, or they'd be overseas and we know them for doing comedy, but it wasn't the same connect. So me and Mikey Winfield kind of became somewhat the vets of the city. Because if you build a show, it'll come, you know.
Right, sure.
Yeah, I started to show up there, and that kind of changed everything.
Okay, so now you're in Houston.
Yeah.
You said Ali Sadiq was your mentor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. Don D.C. Curry is my mentor.
Okay, he's your mentor.
Don D.C. Curry is my mentor. Ali, Ali Ali was the big brother that went off to college, and you were the kid your parents didn't know about. That he didn't, you know what I mean? I was like, he come in, check on you, but it's such a difference. It's a gap.
Right.
Where it's like his presence he was omnipresent. He'd been the king of Houston for a very, very, very long time.
Gotcha.
He's very funny for a long time. And even everything that's happening now, I remember the stories of, yeah, man, you talk to Ali, man, he got like 8 albums. He got like 9 hours of material. And all that's comics trying to figure out your 5 minutes, you'd be like, all right, ain't nobody got that much material. Fast forward to 9 special letters. They had more than that. Because this was years ago that it was like, but his presence always loomed over the city. It was like, and not for nothing, even after I had left for a while and I was like solid as a comic, he'll be in a room and I come back to Houston to come do shows. Mm-hmm. I'm funny now. This is not a question. Right. Comics from Houston would come to LA or come to Sac or see me someplace and I'd be rocking. I'd come back to Houston and maybe do a room that Ali had that he wasn't there for. I'd kill the room. I'd come back and he'd be there and it'd be very mediocre. It'd be very mid. It's just, I don't know why. I'm like, I can't kill in front of this nigga. it's like almost like I was rooming, like, BT be killing. I come, he be like, no, he was cool. I was like, so, but that was always him. But Don D.C. Curry is my mentor.
Gotcha.
I toured with him for years. He taught me everything.
What was the club that you guys performed at in Houston?
In Houston, it was a club called the Candy Lady. And I started at The Joint, which is it was on the north side of Houston. This is Des White's club. He used to tour with Earthquake for years. Okay. But he opened a club on the north side that I started. I didn't even know what comedy was, though. You don't know what.
How'd you get introduced to it?
When I was in high school, I loved stand-up comedy. I loved Eddie Murphy, but I didn't know I didn't understand. When I would watch TV, Comic View, Def Jam, Raw, this is a movie or a TV show with somebody doing the thing where they talk. I didn't understand the concept that I walked past a comedy club and I looked in and it was comics on stage and I was like, the hell going on in there? And it was like, oh yeah. I'll say, wait, you don't have to be famous? Like you could just go up? Mm-hmm. It was like, yeah, you want to go up? I was like, hell no. But I'll see you in 2 weeks. And I came back like 4 days later and I haven't been off stage since then.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's so, and it just, but once I understood that you could just go up, then everything changed.
How'd you teach yourself? Because it sounds like you taught yourself a little bit, like how to tell a joke, and do all that kind of stuff.
Structure was kind of easy for me to understand, even though the jokes weren't good yet. Okay. Yeah. I remember the first joke is I feel like B2K had broke up a few like years before that. And I remember being like, I say when they do the B2K movie, Leon gonna play Omarion. He gonna be mixing up the movies and shit. Like that was like one of my first jokes. It was like, without Omarion, y'all just a fake ass B2K. You ungrateful sons of bitches. Like doing the the movie lines from each, and the set was mid as hell. The set was mid, you know what I mean? And but then you learn yourself. You learn your voice. And I threw everything out a few years in. We was me, Billy Sorrells, and Blame the Comic were heading to BT's. It might have been Coming to the Stage or something like that. One of them kind of shows. And we was going, I was like, I watched myself and I was like, ugh, I would never watch this dude. I would never pay to see him. Like, and even with the sets going good, it was like the set be going good. I was like, I don't like this guy. And then I abandoned everything. And from then on, it was up. Because I was just doing the things that were funny to me. It was like Billy Sorrell told me, it was like, don't do what you think they're gonna laugh at. Do what's funny to you.
Gotcha.
And then it was just a full commitment to doing what was hilarious to me. So now when I watch myself, I'm like, this man, he's saying everything I want to say. Man, this guy is great. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a change, but a lot of that is also, most of that is me learning and understanding the game from DC Curry, from Uncle Elroy. Is that under like you will find your crowd? It's partially, or your crowd will find you. It's like a chicken before the egg thing. So some comics are crafting material for a specific crowd. Ideally, you find your voice, and within your voice, the crowd finds you for who you are. So like, I toured with DC Curry for years, and everything that I understood about the game, how he moved, his destruction, you talking 6 shows, 5 standing O's, and I mean, just a consummate professional. He was a dragon the first time I saw him. I had never seen nothing like it. It was like we sitting in the back, and they called him. It was Nashville Zanies, and it was my first date with him. I don't know him. My manager Tony Spires just put us together because he managed him as well, and I was like, oh snap, I'm with Uncle Elroy doing shows. And I'm sitting in the back, and they announce him, and they play the music, and we sitting in the back, and I'm like, he just sitting there, he talking, finishing his conversation. I'm like, they're playing his music. Should I say anything? Like, he's just sitting there. I was like, he's not moving, and he's still finishing the conversation. And music's playing, and he gets up, just cool as hell, put his jacket on, and takes a hit of the cigar. And at Zany's, there's like a door, and when the door opens, the stage is like right there. So the door opens and the light comes in the room, and as he's walking on stage, like he lets the cigar smoke out, and it was just like this like billow of smoke. I was like, this is the coolest shit I've seen. Hour and 30 minutes standing up. And I was on tour with him for years. Wow. And he's like my comedy dad. He like my dad. Me and my dad ain't close like that. Right. I know him, but I don't, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. And then, it just kind of starts the journey, man. But once I get to SAC, things change. Once I start that room, everything changes. Got you. Yeah, everything changes. And then what was it like meeting Ali back then? It was great, but I would meet him in passing. Like I know him better now. Gotcha. Like I just saw Ali 3 days ago, and he was like, "Hey man, watch that Sacramento Bay shit. You from Houston, nigga? Like you ours. Don't forget." Like, yeah, all right, Mister. All right, big bro. Like he's like because he knows the impact that he had and how that rippled throughout the city, and he could tell I'm Houston groomed because when I got. If you build it, they will come. This kind of thing you understand in comedy. It's like you ain't got no shows, you start a show. So when I moved to SAC, there wasn't a showcase room. There'd be open mics and there'd be clubs. But there was like no room where everybody went to go do comedy. Where it's like, oh, this is a room where we just paying and the food good and they gonna party after the shit. It didn't exist. It didn't exist. So having that understanding from Houston is kind of how it changed everything. It was like, between my OGs in Houston, it was like, okay, I'm bringing Houston hustle to Northern California with me. What do you claim? Born in the Bay Area, grew up in Houston, Texas. Yeah? Yeah, born in Northern Cali, grew up in Houston. I grew up high school, middle school, elementary. It's all Houston. So it's like, yeah, it's hard. It'd be difficult. My whole family's in If you had to pick one. I got pussy first in Houston. I got pussy first in Houston. I know the back roads of Houston very well. Let me put it like this. If I threw a birthday party, and say I want as many people as I can to get at the party, in the Bay, and I'm talking San Francisco and Oakland, I might be able to get 50, 100 people in there. In the Bay Area. In LA, I might be able to get maybe, I've had 300-400, maybe 300 people come out.
Okay.
In Houston, maybe 200-300. In Sacramento, at one of my birthday parties, it was 800 people there.
Wow.
So it's Sacramento holds me down. So it's like I ain't gonna never forget. There's so much history for Sacramento. I kind of have to be Sacramento because I'm like a mainstay there.
Got you.
Because when you start a show as a comic, the comics that start at that room revere it as this is the show that you started. So it's like that kind of thing. So Sac is Sac. You know what I mean? Houston, but Sac. You know what I mean? Houston.
Did you come up at the same time as Lance Woods in Sacramento, or that's different?
Me and Lance are like really, really close. But Lance is slightly behind me. He's like he's a little bit after I start. But one of the rooms that he started at was my old room at the Touch of Class.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The Touch of Class room it was like a thing. Everybody went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was my what's the club that they used to do here? The club that everybody talks about that Robin Harris had.
Oh, a comedy act club.
It was my comedy act theater.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was my comedy act theater, and the energy. It was every Sunday night. So everybody that comes down and sees how I host Chocolate Sundays is like, bro, this is just the Touch all over again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it all count, bro. It all count, man.
So now you're learning to be a comedian. You learn basically in Houston, right?
Yeah, I start in Houston. I am groomed in Sacramento. Got you.
Yeah. So then, did you ever have that period where you were bombing, and what was that like, if you had it?
Yeah. I never bombing. To me, a bomb is a bomb. 0 laughs, 0 energy. They do not like you. Booze or no booze, they don't like you.
Got you.
One of my gifts is I'm likable on stage. So I never had a reservation for people hating me. But I've had terrible sets. I've had awful sets. Atlanta, McGriff show on Wednesday nights at Uptown. Oh, boy. I went in there to do this show, and they don't boo you. They do keys, because they did booze and gunshots. Oh yeah, they do booze and gunshots on Friday and Saturday. I think when Duval was hosting, but when Griff was there, they were like, "We're gonna be doing for bombing is terrible, so we just gonna shake." They just shake their keys at you, and he say, "And if you don't have no keys, just say keys," and they would just say keys at you. So I went on stage, and you can. This will happen, and anybody watching, and you guys will pick this up. You see a comic on stage, and they're in I'm killing rhythm, and they're not really saying anything. Like they could be, man, ABCDEFG, boy, HIJK, but the element of me. It's like right. They didn't say anything. It's just like they're in a cadence. So I'm going so fast where I could beat the moves, and it didn't help. I hear them shuffling them out here. I hear him at the thing.
It's coming.
Yeah. Keys. Like, that's a horrible feeling. But even but you have to, if you never get comfortable in the silence, you won't get better. If you are not bombing, you are not growing as a comic. I tell comics who think they good, I'm like, boy, I'm telling you, ain't saying shit. If you're not bombing, you're not growing. You have to take the L's. You gotta hold them motherfuckers. Like, I saw a comic leave after bombing the other day. I was like, you can't leave.
Oh, he left the club.
You can't. How dare you? You sit there. Let us ridicule you. What are you doing?
Right.
You ain't shitting. We need to let you know.
Right.
No, you don't leave. Especially when you're early on in comedy. If you're a vet, you can kind of escape the space. But when you early on, no, you sit there. You take that. This your fault. This is your bullshit. Like making a mess and then leaving out. No, clean that shit up. No, you sit right here and you take it. But LA's like that. LA, you'll take an L and be like, all right, man, Give it up for him. Nobody want to say nothing because that motherfucker get a TV show. Then you ain't on it. You don't know why. It's like you gotta let them know, man.
What's green room etiquette to you?
Which be more specific.
Like, you know, because I feel like the green room is a very, like, comedians share shit a lot. I mean, there's different rules. I don't know. I've heard different things about green rooms and...
What Tony Rock say? He probably right. Let me tell you, because Rock... there is a... ain't gonna get mad at me. No, it is what it is. There is this weird... sometimes energy for comics of like somebody owe you something. If you're on a show and you're not headlining, you should be small. You should be inconspicuous. You are at somebody's house staying over and they didn't know you was gonna stay. You should clean up your mess.
Right.
Don't make yourself comfortable. This ain't your house. Some clubs have 2 rooms. They have like a room for the comics, and then they have if the headliner invites you in, then you go in. If they say you can have food or drinks, then you can have food or drinks. You should for sure be alone. I don't want you in here with your girl. I don't even want your girlfriend looking at me. This get really weird really fast. She find out you doing 5 minutes, I'm doing an hour and a half, baby. Hey, man, they get to choose it.
Right. So no girlfriends in the green room.
No girl. And do I know your? You shouldn't be in the green room. You are barely a guest. You asking somebody to stay on that couch and be like, oh yeah, and my girl gonna stay too. No. You're doing too much. So it should definitely just be you. It should. And if you're a woman, I definitely don't want your man in here. And he looking like, how y'all know each other? Why y'all hug like that? No. So you should be in there and you should be very small if they allow you in there. But if the headliner tell you, I don't want nobody in here, then he don't want nobody in there. You shut your stupid ass up. You go sit outside. It just is what it is. Now, with that being said, I feel a little different about merch. Some headliners are telling you can't sell merch. I don't like that shit.
Why can't you sell your merch after your show?
They be thinking that they want to sell the most merch, which is fine. Let me tell you what you do. Hey, young comics, you take your ass outside. You take your ass out. I don't have to sell where you're selling at. I don't need to compete with your business, but I can open up down the street. If I catch them, if they come sit down, come to see you, they then watch your show, they go to your merch table. I'm outside across the walkway with my shirt and they still buy it. Leave me the fuck alone. I ain't never obeyed that. I don't obey that at theaters.
Right.
I didn't say that. Yeah, I did. There's theaters that want to take 1%. That's like a thing in the business.
They want to take 1%?
What?
If you selling outside?
You do a theater.
Okay.
They say, all right, cool, you're doing this show. Some theaters say we need 20% of your merch sales. They didn't buy no merch. They didn't put in on no merch. They didn't pack it. They didn't have to get a Delta Diamond so they can have 3 bags. They didn't carry this shit. And they say that they get 20%.
20% a lot.
It's sometimes it be 25. I've seen 30. We want 30% of your sales.
How do they know what you sold?
They watch it. They be standing there kind of hovering around. This is the worst. Sometimes they sell. A theater have a business like, we have to sell your merch. And they never sell good. If I'm by myself, I move a lot of merch. Sometimes I'm 50, 60. I've done 50 shirts a show in a weekend. 6 shows, $40 a shirt.
Gotcha.
I'm moving merch. They do it, 12 people. It's god awful. Oh, we have to sell your merch here. I'm like, no, you don't. Don't worry about it. And me and my homegirl Kanisha, we go right outside. By the time they realize we outside, it's too late. I already sold 20 pieces, bitch.
They can't tell you anything outside.
They tried to. They would definitely say something. You can't sell here. They make it weird. And you, okay. Especially because if you're not the headliner, you don't want to make it weird for them. My bad. Okay, let me just sell these last 8, and then
right,
and then you get out of there. Yeah.
You haven't had a problem with a headliner over merch.
I personally have not, but I've seen it a lot. I work with confident headliners though. It's different. You can't really have me on the show and not be sure of who you are. So everybody that I work with are DC Curry was you go out there, you do whatever you want.
Right.
his critiques were different. His critiques were, this crowd is an older crowd that's come to see me, and I got a suit on, and you got some bullshit ass jeans and some dirty tennis shoes on. I don't care how you look, but you got to be fresh.
Got you.
All right, Mr. DC, sir, and I go buy some clothes. And when I was buying the clothes, he'd be like, that's the cost of doing business. Sometimes he'd go with me and be like, no, like, you ain't got it this weekend. I got, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of little nuggets like that. It's like, you don't have to be in a suit, but you need to be fresh.
Got you.
All right, cool. I got you. These people are paying a lot of money. So that it never was me specific, but, you know, Nate Jackson is a confident man. Matt Rife is a confident man. You know, Tiffany Haddish had me out do dates with her. Tiffany is a confident woman. So it's like, that wasn't ever a thing. Do what you want.
Got you.
Yeah.
And then, so so in Houston, do they give you notes afterwards? Or they don't give you notes?
When I started Houston, if you ate it, they would let you have it. But that's the South though. I would say that's probably everywhere but LA.
They say LA still give notes.
LA and New York. I mean, like, if you go on stage as a comic and you don't do good, the tradition was, we gonna let you have. You didn't stunk up the room. It's a pile of shit on the stage. We have to discuss this, like, because everybody saw it, and it's weird for the crowd if I don't say nothing. But again, he gonna get a TV show in 2 weeks. So they tread a little lightly out here. Everywhere else, especially in the South, Houston's crowds were very specific. Houston crowds don't boo; they just get really quiet and really dismissive of you. Which is, let me tell you, it's worse than a boo, because a boo is a bailout. They booed Keys. It's like, oh, we don't like you, and we're the show now. Houston just get quiet. And, you know, we do this. And you just know that they don't give a damn, and it's just silent and weird. And it's like, oh, they don't like me at all. It's nothing. And then the next person come on, and they give them all the respect in the world, and they kill. So it's like, that's when it's a bomb. When you do bad, but everybody else do good, that means they just didn't like you. You be trying to blame it on the crowd. It's like, oh, it was just a terrible night. I was like, no. They loved everybody. It was just you. It was just you.
Now, were you on Jamie Foxx Laugh-A-Palooza?
Yeah, I did like, I was part of the festival. That's where I met Corey at. I met Corey Holcomb there. I met everybody there. I met Jamie there. That's where I kind of met the most of the comics that I just kind of knew from television and stuff. I heard some of the funniest shit ever though. Just being in that festival, it was like this huge festival he used to have. But yeah, I was golly, you went back, man. You Laugh-Palooza. Sheesh.
Starting your biography,
you do your research, baby. I'm shut down.
How was Jamie the first time you met him?
Jamie was great, but the second time I met him, when you meet somebody as a comic and you just, you know, this is balance. Now, I just say it humbly, not humble. When you ain't shit, then it just don't. I wasn't shit there. It was just like, I was funny, but I was just a comic in the festival. But then, you know, years later, I'm here, I'm still doing it. Speedy, who was like Jamie's right-hand man, I did a bunch of shows with him, and you talking fantastic weekends. It's Jamie Foxx weekend, and he may or may not show up, and then this was a thing. In Phoenix, Arizona, he used to do this all the time. Speedy be like, yeah, no, it's a Jamie Foxx weekend. Jamie, we don't know if Jamie's coming. All these deals, it's a celebrity baseball game. This celebrities game. We don't know if Jamie's gonna come. This is middle of Ray. He might not be there. Jamie very well might not come, but everybody else would be there. But when I met him, I met Jamie at his house for like a BET party? I want to say it was like a BET weekend.
Okay.
It was like either a Tony Rock party or something like that. And I met him there, and it was super, super cool. It wasn't like a lot of discussion. He just randomly started following me though recently from some clip I posted. My clips be doing crazy. It was the Meg Thee Stallion clip. He's a follower. I was like, oh shit, Jamie Foxx is following me.
That's cool.
But I mean, you if you're in the business long enough, you meet those people. Like my first meet with Katt might have changed my perception in the city of Sacramento. Because I moved to Sac. I'm this comic kind of from out of town. And this is the heat of the first tour. He's on that first, this is right after not Catpocalypse, the first special. The 38-minute one from HBO.
He's gonna look it up.
Yeah. It's that whatever that first special is. And we go, and I used to be a club promoter when I was in SAC. He comes to this club, and he's just doing, if the show's Saturday, he's there Friday, just doing like a pre-show party.
Got you.
He comes, he's doing the walkthrough. It's light in here. And I walk up to him, and I was like, hey, man, listen. I said, hey, man, respect, Katt. And he was like, what's up, man? I said, hey, listen, I see you had a show tomorrow. I kind of know Red Grant in passing. Is there any time available? Can I do a guest set? That's bold. And he was like, nigga, you funny? And I say, huh? He say, is you? I say, I'm pretty good. You pretty good? Or you funny? Humble. This is where I say sometimes you just got to speak your truth. Like,
right.
I might be the best nigga in the next 5 states. Let's call it a spade a spade. And he said, all right. And somebody was just walking past. I don't even know him. And they were like, hey, man, is this dude funny? He said, oh, yeah, I seen him before. He hilarious. All right, nigga, shit. Yeah, man. And he just like the little pass off to us. I said, take his information. I said, all right. Now, he didn't tell me I'm doing this show. As far as I'm concerned, I'm doing this show. I'm the one. Fuck everything else. I'm doing this show.
Right.
I show up to the memorial. If the show's at 7, I'm there 4:45.
I heard that.
I got my clothes on the hangers, on the cleaners. I'm going to change clothes. I don't know where I'm going to change at, but I'm going to change. And I walk it. They let me in the theater. You know, sometimes you got to act like you're there. If you act like you're supposed to be there, don't nobody say nothing. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I'm on the show. Yeah, no, me and Katt talked yesterday. Yeah. And the club promoter thing, I knew a couple security guards, so I'm sitting in the back. And it's 2 entrances, and I'm sitting at this entrance. I'm like, he ain't gonna come this way. And I go to the other side. It's like I'm going like, so if this is the auditorium, I'm like sitting by these 2 doors, and I go over here. I was like, nah, he gonna come through this way. Nah, he gonna come through this way. And I keep doing that, and I was like, I just pick a spot. I was like, I'm just sit here. Room start filling up. Ain't nobody called to confirm with me.
Right.
The person I was supposed to talk to, that never happened. that conversation never happened. They never hit me up. None of that. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, he said I could get up.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, and then he just happened to go through. It's him and an entourage. I was like, hey, Mr. Katt, Mr. Meow, Mr. Williams, sir. He's like, oh yeah, man. He said, I said he could get up. And so I go up, and it was like an ice cold open. But again, back to, I think we had talked about this earlier. I know how to make a room mine.
Right.
I go in. This is at the Memorial Auditorium, which I think holds like 3,000-4,000 people. And you know, at this time, Katt's still Katt, but I'm saying this is next Friday, Friday after next just came out. This is right on his ascension. Yeah, this is right as he's fully Katt Williams, and it's packed in here. There's 2 shows, and I go up, and it's ice cold open, and then I'm gonna bring Red Grant out to start the tour with him, Lunel, Melanie Camacho, and him. And I do this show, the curtains close, the lights are still kind of up, and I go and they tell me to do 5 minutes, but I'm rocking. I'm looking, I say, that's 7. If I don't see no light, I'm not getting off. I do a good 12, 15, and I destroy. But what had happened, I destroy, I bring up Red, and they had the show, and I'm just kind of floating, but everybody in Sacramento said, well, wait, he doing shows with Katt Williams, just perception. Mm-hmm. Perception, reality. They don't know about all those steps. They don't know that I kind of was on, kind of wasn't. Right. I just asked them. It now looked like for the city, I'm on tour with Katt Williams. It was like, so that paid my bills for it. I got hella, hey man, we got a show for you. Well, I don't know. You know, I be with Katt, man. I'm gonna need 1,500. We ain't got 1,500. How much? I got 7. Okay, thank God. It was like anything. Like it was that for some months, and that kind of kept the wave of the city up. See, like I don't have those stories for Houston. That's all Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? It was like I wouldn't even be. I don't know if I would even been able to get in that room in Houston.
Pimp Chronicles.
This is Pimp Chronicles.
Okay.
You do your research. Yeah.
I mean, I have a phone.
Oh, shit. A little Google thing. I mean, I have a phone. Yeah, that rippled through everything. And then that allowed, so mind you, I'm a club promoter and a comic in the city, and that allows for me to start the Touch of Class show, which ends up my the Kevin Hart thing. It's like one thing is feeding the other.
Got you. And then how'd you get the opportunity to do the Black Comedy Festival?
Man, man, we out here. So the Bay Area Black Comedy Competition is this historic comedy competition. It's been around for years. Jamie Foxx won. DC Curry won. You name them, they did it. Rodney Perry won. Katt Williams was in it, didn't win. Mark Curry won. So you name any black comic, they did it. I mean, all the names you know, they did it at some point in time. They might not even won, but they all did it.
Gotcha.
I think that's where they found Chris Tucker.
Okay.
The Bay Area Black Comedy Competition, I'm almost positive that's where they found Chris Tucker. Nick Cannon did it. So it's like a historic comedy competition, been around forever. And, you know, comics just see the what's you see the information, you fill it out, you show up. Now, what I didn't know was going to happen is really the gift of the competition or I love competitions and festivals. I love it. If it goes down, I tell comics, hey, man, if you could do something, do as many festivals and competitions as you can, because if you don't have a tight five, you will after that. You ain't felt pressure till you feel somebody get a standing on in 5 minutes and you clocking them. Because in the Bay Area, the time you do exactly 5 minutes. You do 5:01, they take off 10 points. You do 5:02, every second they take off 10 points.
Wow.
Off your final score. And some of the biggest names in comedy were assessing, your judges, Bob Sumner and Tina Graham and Tony Spires, and like these were the judges of the competition. So, you know, you all want to do it. You go, you do the competition. And the first year I submitted, I ain't get in. They just told me just no. Excuse the hell out of me. I guess I better fucking shape up or ship out. And next year I do it, and then I submit, and then I get in. And the gift of the competition is meeting all the comics at the competition. So, so you meet everybody, and there's win or lose, you gain your relationships. The people that I know in the business now, if you keep working, you're going to keep seeing the same people over and over again. So this is where I met Ron G. This is where I met Nate Jackson. This is where I met all these people at. So that year, all these comics come from across the country. We do the competition. Competition's fine. But after that, I say, I'm going to tour the country. I was like, I don't know how. I don't know why, but I'm going on tour, and I'm calling it I don't know even remember what I called it, but I was like, I'm just calling comics like, hey, I'm coming to your city to do shows. Some of the shows paid, some of them I got merch. I don't know, but I'll be there. And I get in my car and I just start driving. I drive from LA. I do a couple shows in Phoenix, a couple shows in Arizona, get to in between El Paso and Houston. It's a 13-hour drive. 7 hours in, I flip my car like 9 times. Car's flipping, rolling. It's a thing. Rolls from one side of the freeway. I'm doing like 97 miles an hour. It rolls from one side of the freeway to the other side of the freeway, lands upside down, and I'm like, I feel God as the car flips. Like I feel him put his hand on my chest. He was like, I got you. I was like, oh yeah, thanks God. But the car's flipping. I'm like, is there any way you can you save this car? And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I'm on tour right now, God. I don't know if you noticed. If you could just make the car go bumper to bumper, then I just got to get 2 bumpers. I can continue my tour. He's
right.
Like, nigga, I ain't making no promises like that. And then the car stops rolling, and I look up, and I'm on the opposite side of the freeway, and I look this way. I was like, where's the car? And I look this way, and then the 18-wheeler like barely misses me.
Damn.
Dun, dun. I was like, oh shit. So I should probably get from under this car. I crawl from under the car. Shirts is everywhere. Little shirts with my face on them is everywhere. And then I'm standing in the middle, and ambulance comes, and they're like, oh, yeah, we got to check out you and make sure you're okay. I was like, no, I'm not. I don't have no insurance. I'm not getting in this fucking ambulance. I think I'm cool on this ambulance, my boy. Because I know in the city, I know it was $800 if you get in the ambulance. And then it's like, nah, I'm not getting in this ambulance. It's like, no, we have to check out. I check myself. I'm good. No, internal bleeding is not here. I'm fine. And it's like, bro, you flipped like 9 times. Yeah, I'll be fine. And they go and they do the thing on my eyes, and this eye is but my eye doesn't contract from my old basketball injury. Okay. So this eye is doing this. They're like, oh God. I say, no, I'm Wolverine, bro. This is a basketball thing. So they let me go. I get to some little random offshoot hotel. I'm pretty sure I had a concussion because I was, when somebody came and got me and the phone was ringing, it go do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I was like, I'm pretty sure I got a concussion. I wake up, let him in, get to sit down. I was like, I gave myself about 4 days. I was like, all right, I guess I got to fly. And I just flew to every city. Just in my brain, I'm collecting my nose. Am I good? Let me see if I'm good in St. Louis. Let me see if I'm good in Chicago. Let me see if I'm good here. I stayed, when I go to Chicago, I don't know Rel. Rel's not Lil Rel at the time, but him and Michi and Wildcat, they had like a little duck-off trash place. They'd be at their girl house and the comics just come and sleep on a little dirty floor. And I'd just be in this little dirty floor and go do your shows and win or lose. And I'd go to New York. And then I came back and did the competition the next year. And Nate Jackson's like, bro, tell me what you did. I was like, yeah, because they had me speak on the panel about doing this tour. I was like, yeah, my car flipped and I did it. I just kind of tell the same story. He's like, yeah, I've been thinking about doing that. I've been planning it out, and I feel like it's just osmosis that you're telling me. I was like, oh yeah, let me know when we're going. To this day, I don't think Nate was inviting me. I think he was just saying he was going to do it. Just kind of tell me what you did. I was like, oh, yeah, no, I'll be there. We could go, man. Hey, man, let me know. I don't know him like this. I'm like, yeah, man, we doing it, baby. Me and you. He's like, all right. I was like, when you think? He's like, October? I was like, oh, yeah, October, baby. Let's do it. And we do the competition. Competition's done. And then that October, I hit him. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, man, I don't know, maybe next weekend or something like that. I tell you, I flew down, was at his house. I knocked on his door. He was like, he wasn't even packed. He was like, well, nigga, I guess we're going down. I was like, yeah, nigga, come on, let's go. But when Nate did it, he's Nate Jackson. He's like, I want to say like anal retentive. He's like super like the minutia and the things. I was willy-nilly. He wasn't doing it like that. Bro, this is the tour. We're going to call ahead of time. He would call cues. We randomly show up, shake hands, ruff, ruff. They bark, and then we got a house to stay at. It was like, it was a lot of that. But when you're this close to somebody, and we didn't know each other like that for us to decide to just go on this tour. And drove all the way from LA through Phoenix. This time the car don't flip. Through Houston, all the way up the coast, all the way back around, through DC, through Philly, New York, all the way over, all the way back.
He let you drive?
Both of us, yeah. He had brought a brand new car. We both drove. Okay. Fighting over stupid shit. Over the cup holders. So you driving, the cup holder in the front is your cup holder.
Right.
If you're driving so you can have easy access. I'm sitting in the passenger seat, but I kept switching the drinks. Right. And he'd be like, this thing got so mad. He got so mad. Again, I have to really say it. We do not know each other like this. Comics be knowing each other, but you don't know each other. Right. So we're in this car. We're driving. It's been 3 weeks of this shit. We 8 states in, and the friendliness is gone. I move that cup. We get through we go through like a Wendy's drive-through, and I move that drink, and this nigga was driving. He reached, and it was my drink. Nigga, that's my cup holder. That nigga could not hold it in no more, and I fell out laughing. I was dying laughing. Because this is many microaggressions and frustrations that he's letting out. I be chewing plastic. I was probably throwing plastic all around my nigga car. He had these, niggas my fucking cup holder, nigga, when I'm driving, I gotta be able to get the cup holder. I was like, nigga, you so mad. And we laughed for the next 6 hours about that shit, and me and this nigga was like this after that.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that ended up being my roommate, all that shit after that. So it's like, it was a lot but that's all the Bay Area competition. That's all, me and Ron, that's all the Bay Area competition. Without that, I don't know if the energy's there because we all meet each other in the heat of battle.
I love it.
Got to do those competitions.
I love it. Now, there was you did something with Nephew Tommy? It was the
he became a finalist in Nephew Tommy's 50 Comics Deep.
Golly, you guys are really, oh wow, sheesh, we're really way back there. Another competition festival that Nephew Tommy did. That festival was different than the Bay Area. It was in South Carolina, and I think every comic that did it just for the money.
Oh, okay. It
was like 10 bands.
Yeah.
10 bands. We all.
But was it 50? Was it 50 comics?
It was 50 comedians.
So everybody got 10,000?
No. 10 if you win.
Oh, okay.
10 if you win. Well, let me tell you something. If it was in that, we be doing this competition again. I hold niggas hostage for not doing that shit no more. But if you win, it's $10,000. So I think that's why we all showed up. But it didn't have the history or festivalness. It was a competition. We showed up. You know what I mean? It was okay.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't
But you were a finalist.
Yeah.
Who beat you out, if you remember?
I don't even remember.
You don't
Marvin?
remember?
Maybe Marvin Hunter. I feel like it was Marvin Hunter.
Okay. He's still in it?
Yeah, Marvin's hilarious. He's like the grumpy uncle on IG and stuff. He's the only, because he's the only comic I remember doing it. Or was it JJ? It's either JJ or Marvin.
Gotcha.
It's either JJ Williamson or Marvin Hunter. But I had forgot about that. Sheesh. Some shit has happened, baby.
Well, let's talk about Heart of the City.
Oh man.
How did that?
Oh baby. You didn't know this was you in the MCU, man. Now I've been planning these seasons about Sacramento the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
When I get to Sacramento, I start a show called The Touch of Class. I call it Grown and Sexy Sundays at The Touch of Class. Every Sunday night, I went to a show. There was a gentleman that used to throw a show. He wasn't a comic. He was like just a producer. He used to throw a show once a month on Sundays. And I just got, I don't even know if he noticed. There was no diss to him. He didn't do nothing wrong. But I was just irritated that he was flying in comics to host. And we was right here. It was really bothering me. I was like, why is he flying in comedians to host and we here? I'm up sitting right here, baby. I don't like it. I say, I don't like this. It's making me make me feel very weird. I don't like it. No diss to the comics that he was hiring. I just fell away. So I said, I'm going to do a show every Sunday. And I was going around. I find this spot. And where this show is, let me be very specific. This is not no fancy shit. So if there are comics listening to this, let this idea of it gotta be perfect out of your head. The club, everybody know this club in the world. It's the club that the dudes with the big suits go to, where there's mirrors on the wall to make it look bigger. It's a disco. None of the shit matches. It's a disco ball. Right. On one side, it's a club. On the other side, it's like a lounge. There's a pool tables on this side. Club flow on this side with the checkered pattern. There's a barbershop in here. They also sell soul food. It's one of them kind of places. And it's in the hood. This is like in Oak Park in Sacramento. But I know, if you build it, they will come. When I lived in Houston, right, everybody had a room. When you would go to Atlanta, the person who had the room, no matter where you were in the country, when I did this tour with Nate, when I did this tour by myself, that's who you got to call. So if I come to right now, you're feeling this. People come to LA, ain't too many pods that could do, baby. Right. The TFU are killing it, baby. That's really all you doing. You got to talk to who got the work. So in Atlanta, this is how it was, and so on and so forth. So I said, we need that here. I start the show talking about those bombing nights. For a long time, it wasn't no comedians. It was just, I'd go on stage and be up there talking for hours. And it went from like 50 people, because it was a huge spoken word scene, and they were there first. It was a spoken word scene first, but eventually, as a comic that used to do the spoken word rooms, they was like, listen, we like spoken word. This comedy shit is, they dwindled out, and then it was just dry. And it was Sunday, 3 people. Sunday, 2 people. Sunday, 4 people. Okay, Sunday, 2 people. Another Sunday, oh shit, 8 people. Oh shit, 15 people. Oh shit, there's 30 people here now. Okay. And it's growing, and it's growing. And at some point in time, it's standing room only. Let me tell you something. During the end of the hyphy movement, if you lived in Sacramento, there were beautiful women in the city. And as a club promoter who would promote on Fridays and Saturday nights, these baddies that was coming down to basically where their mama would hang out for Sunday nights at comedy. So it was the hot spot. It was standing room only. It's cracking in here. It's like people now the gangster niggas is showing up. Everybody like, nigga, it's so bad. Like, it's a lot going on. And I know tricks of that world, the trick to having a good comedy show. Hey man, I'm on here, baby. We gotta give out a look at comics. If you have a show, one of the tricks to keeping the show packed. I've been cussing. I don't even know if I can on here.
You can.
You know what TFU stands for?
Okay, gotcha. Don't fuck all the women. Once you start dabbling like that, she show up to see you as opposed to the environment. you've totally eliminated the energy. She can't show up with her man now. She can't show up with her friends that kind of might like you also. The jealous homegirl she got. You can't. You got to pick your poison, baby. You got to find your couple and partake. But if you try to fuck everybody, this show will be empty. Even if you, and I'm talking, all you niggas think you fuck well, I'm positive you will mess up the energy, especially in a small city where everybody know each other. Because now she looking at her crazy. It's like, bro, you can't do that. So you gotta tread lightly. You gotta tell your boy, hey, you take that one. Hey, you take that one. Hey, you take that one. I'm gonna take like you gotta spread this environment out so it's just a fun, so they don't have this bad experience there. Anyway.
Have you told the people you do shows with not to fuck the women?
No, I didn't say that. Let's not get carried away. If you're out of town, do what you do. I'm talking about specifically if you have a show that you are hosting that it's your job to have asses in seats. Tread lightly.
Okay.
Tread lightly. So, boom, we're doing the show. And then fast forward to it's packed out. I am bouncing back and forth from here to LA, and I'm starting to do the LA theme more.
Okay.
And I love my people from the touch, Belle, Troy, and Tia. I show up just on some random shit, and I'm just hanging out, and they call me, and they're like, "Hey, BT." The way that they're trying to tell me this, I don't know how to explain this. Imagine your non-LA people calling you about LA shit. They're like, yeah, no, Comedy Central and Kevin Hart. Look, I wrote it down, and Kevin Hart is gonna be here at the touch, and send your email comedy at CNN. I say, yeah, man. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. Kevin Hart's coming to the touch of class, sure. Yeah, oh yeah, Kevin Hart. Yeah, no, of course Kevin Hart gonna be there. I'm not believing none of this shit they saying.
Right. I'm
like, all right, no, I got you. No, I'm telling you, man. I've been meaning to call you, man. Kevin Hart. That's how this conversation's going. I'm like, all right, whatever. Fast forward to, now the backstory is that I don't know is, Joey Wells had come up with this idea for a show called Heart of the City, where Kevin and any other comic who's good has done this before, where there's the clubs, there's the random big shows, and then the chicken spots. It's the random show where you might just get your $25 or just food and you do it, and he knows that those shows exist. I don't want it to be shiny. I want the streets here. And they went to the Bay, and the Bay used to have this really beautiful culture of comedy out, and it had kind of dwindled some. And everybody in the Bay said, the show that you're looking for is BT's Room in Sac. You got to go to Sacramento. It was like, really? Sacramento? Like, you got to go to Sac. That's what the show is. And they showed up, and it was a crackhead and a hooker fighting outside, and the hooker was swinging the stick, and the crackhead had his basket, was trying to hit him. And Kev said, this is the spot. And they came in and they called me. They're like, hey, man, what are you doing the show? Yada, yada, yada. I sent my little tape in. They tell me I'm going to get it. I'm like, all right, whatever. I show up. I'm in no world am I thinking that Kevin Hart will be in this fucking room. It's in the hood, bro. It's like, this is Oak Park. This is South Side Sacramento. It's not shiny in here. Why just go to the Punchline, my nigga? It's so much nicer over there. He wanted to come here. And we come in and I'm looking now. Y'all know LA. I see them white trucks outside. I was like, no, wait a minute, nigga. For those that don't know, sometimes you'll be in LA and you be driving, you see these white production trucks. I was like, I know what them trucks are.
Right.
And I go and I'm seeing the tracks on the floor. I'm like, is this a real production? He's like, man, I told you, man. I told you Kevin Hart's gonna be here. And I walk through and I see Pookie first. See Pookie Wigginton, who I know him and Kev are like this. I know they're producing. Now I see Joey. Right. And then Kev's there. And I said, what the fuck is Kevin Hart doing in the touch of class? And everybody knows I grew this room. This is me, DJ Rip One, and my boy Terrell Givens. We built this room from nothing. It was nothing going on in here. And I was like, and it's still standing room only. I don't even host this room anymore. It was still standing room only at the time. It was that much of a, and so many comics started in that room. Lance was groomed in that room. A lot of comics were like, go there, and this is comedy push-ups. This is where you get good at. This is where you come bomb or eat it and come back the next week. All right, I'm gonna show you niggas, and then you can have it to handle any environment. And I'm sitting there, and then Kev do our interview in like the barbershop part of this place, and then they say you're gonna do it, and they're like, oh yeah, you do 7 minutes, and I'm like, all right. I did not do 7 minutes. I did all the 15 minutes. But they don't, when you're doing television, you either, if you're, as a comics know this, I should not say this, but fuck it. If you're doing comedy and they tell you to do 7, you got to either do over that and don't care how they edit it, or you got to do 6:30 or 6:45. Because if you do 7 and they have to cut it, then it's gonna look crazy. So you have to do over and not care about what they use, or what's saying. And I did all of 15 minutes, and I was going, and I'm floating on this stage. They giving it up more. We never knew BT was this hilarious. It's floating, and the story from Comedy Central and True TV and other networks was like, where did you find these people at? And Joey Wells was just like, y'all not out. I see everybody. I know who's funny. You guys are picking y'all favorites from whatever, but y'all not really out in the streets. Because if you go out, it's very blatantly obvious who the funny people are. You ain't got to do nothing but go out about 3 weeks in a row.
Right.
That's it. Shout out to Nick Harris. Nick know who all the funny people is. He worked for Netflix. He know every funny person in the city. He know who good. He know who not. And he in there fighting for us every day. He's like, bro, yeah, I got it. You guys love this person, but you're missing. This is the guy that goes up second, and this is the dude that they need to close after they fuck up.
Right.
So, yeah, and that becomes Heart of City. That becomes my Heart of City set and my first major TV credit, and that led to Next Level. Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the roast?
Oh, yeah. Salaciousness. Start some shit. I'm not going to sit on here and cape for white people. It's not going to happen. But I am a comic. So this is where it gets tricky for me. The George Floyd joke is distasteful, nasty, and unnecessary. I think that's obvious by all standards.
Right.
And I don't like the idea. Black people are sensitive with a good reason. We should absolutely be sensitive. This country has been on some bullshit with us, and everybody knows it.
Absolutely.
I don't like the idea, though, that we can't dirty box. I don't like it. They dirty boxing in here. This is what this is. This is not. This ain't a sanctioned fight. You are used to the. I don't know if the audience that is watching is ready for the world of how comedians think, because comedians are trying to explain to civilians, oh, this is like this and this is like that. It's like, y'all not going. This is never going to happen, you guys. There's going to be a disconnect because comics think really terrible thoughts. like our brain. If you're a comic, your brain is wired to think things are funny that aren't supposed to be funny, and that's across the board. So I know that Tony Hinchcliffe has that, and I know Kev has that, and I know I got it. It's like, and then you just decide what you want to spew out into the world and give the people. But I don't like the idea that we can't dirty box.
Got you.
I don't like it. I don't like that. No, in this fight, we biting, we scratching, we eye gouging, and it is to the death. So when you add, there would a beautiful, just humor me, black people. What if there was a world where black people could say all the shit that they thought about white people? If they say on the roast, you could say whatever you want. And we really said that. But in reality, we'll never be able to do that because then y'all will move the goalposts. As soon as you say, all right, we dirty boxing, and then they go, George Floyd, and then we say, of course, whatever that is, then they be like, you went too far. It's like, wait, bitch, you went too far. Y'all will move the goalposts on us. So it's like, we can't even really dirty box. So that's really more of my issue. I just don't like, I feel like any form and area that black people and or black comedians enter, we can do it all. And maybe this is a world where you call your quote unquote dirty boxers. This might be the world for shits and giggles. I'm gonna just say Corey because he's the first person in my head. Because Corey gets away with a lot of stuff on stage that most comics don't get away with.
Corey Holcomb, right?
Corey Holcomb. So it's like, and Corey can roast. I don't know if he wants to dwell in that kind of space, But if you know that kind of energy, this is where you call them to handle those kind of situations. Because Tony Hinchcliffe is dirty boxing, and if all you guys are, if you're in here for a sanctioned fight, or you showed up thinking that this was going to be a sanctioned fight, then that's where it gets weird. But again, they move the goalposts, and that's where it get. I love the idea of a world where you could go on stage and say whatever you want to say. I get it. I've heard and seen super fucked up shit be hilarious. I've seen super fucked up shit be hilarious, but I'm a comic though. I don't know if that's what the audience wants. That's not even what I do. I think dirty thoughts. I give them the comics that I feel I can pull it off.
Right.
I'm like, hey, you know, it'd be hilarious if you da 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 da. Well, I would never say that shit because that ain't my brand. So I thought the roast was. I don't know if you probably shouldn't be watching a roast if you sensitive. Because now the more irritating thing about all of that shit is in the essence of protecting black women. We let this narrative of this show be a bunch of people attacking Kev, nobody saying nothing to Hinchcliffe, and no shine where the light should have been, which is Cheryl Underwood.
Right.
When Cheryl Underwood comes on stage after Tony and say, you bitch ass niggas might not make it out of here, watch your tone, she kind of said everything we need. She said what was in the room and the energy, and she destroyed.
Right.
That's what they should have been talking about. That's how you do it. If we ignore it, it's like if a racist walk down the street and provoke you to call him a nigga, and then the whole time they're recording you to make you go sit in jail, it's like, but nigga,
right?
You can't let them provoke you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you would have been better off ignoring them. They would have just kept going. It's like, and I'm not saying fully ignore because we have to check this shit, but there has to be like I just don't like the idea we can't dirty box. That should be pissing me off. As a non-dirty boxer, as a nigga that does not roast, I don't like it. 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 I don't like it.
So how do you start hooking up with All Death comedy?
All Deaf's a really unique space because All Def Digital is it's an entity that I would be called into all the time when Russell Simmons was at the head of it. They called me into the space, whatever. But I never I didn't know how to go into this space and use it to my advantage and understand. I understood what I could give there, but the things that they were doing there is like, this don't really make sense to me. And I was still writing long form. So fast forward to once Kev on stage is there, and my energy and understanding with him, then things kind of change a little more. It changes a little more where I end up doing way more work with them and him and Pat Cloud and Meg Scoop or Tahir. It's like, BT, just this is the thing you're coming in on. So it's a lot of, it's dad jokes. It's the panel show that we do. I pitched a show with them that that I did on fantasy basketball. I had a fantasy basketball show over there. And I know that's under the new ownership. So, but it was good though. It was good, the relationship, because not for nothing, All Def is an entity that the space needs. Let me tell it, they should be doing more scripted. The world is scripted now. They do a lot of unscripted. They gotta, I feel like All Def shit, somebody gotta put some money in because they have the eyes and y'all got the people and y'all got the relationships. But if All Def told you they was dropping a movie tomorrow, there's a horror movie this summer and it was CP, Craig, me, Kev, people would show up. But you gotta put the money in. Or we got a new TV show, it's scripted. It's Kanisha, Tahir, right. People would show up. So you got to put the money in. So, but the relationship over there has always been good. That's always family.
Yeah. Have you worked with Kev on stage a lot?
Absolutely. Kev's family.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kev. So me and Nate's relationship. Nate's from Washington, and Kev was living in Washington. And Kev on stage was the only person. Not the only, but he was one of the few people that could host Nate's room when Nate wasn't there. And he was just a comic that would come there, and me and him was super cool from that. And I mean, him and Melissa and the boys was at our house when they first was. I don't know if they was still contemplating the move or just moved here.
Got you.
And Kev couldn't do, he was like, I can't do comedy like y'all do it. He's a comic. He was always hilarious. He was one of the people on stage killing. He was like, I can't be out 2, 3 in the morning, kicking it, gaining relationships. I cannot do it like this. I was like, he's like, I have to figure out another way to do it. I have to do more, I have to figure out another way to do this. And then I would see him online doing stand-up. And I was like, this nigga cheating, bro. And at the time, it's like we don't know what's gonna happen and how the wave is gonna happen. But at the time, I was just like, I'm watching him stand in front of a wall and put his phone up and be a comic. He's basically something that happened in the media or something that happened,
right?
And he's doing material, whatever. But he's doing it into the lens because he don't want to leave the house because he got to take care of his boys. And then that turned into legions and legions of following, and now Kev is Kev. It's starting to become a thing. When people say you're working with Kev, comics now say, is it Hart or on stage?
Oh, okay.
No. It's like that. It's like I just did a show with him. The show Safe Space on Tubi now. And I somebody just stopped me. I was just somewhere and it was like, no, I just watched you on Safe Space. It was like, he signed one of the biggest deals in Tubi history recently. So it's like, this is starting to become a thing just because it's producer hand. My TV show, when he had the app, my show was on his app. I produced this 13-episode show called Give Me 5, where we basically debate top 5 lists of different subjects. And when he had the app, we put it over there. High quality content, we put it over there. And now, everything is going gold. I was in season 1 of Churchy. I was in season 2 of Churchy. And he just called, hey, BT, what you got between these dates? We shooting this. All right, cool. I'm going to send you the script. All right, I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? No rigmarole, no, I know what you could do. Come do what you do over here. And they just let you be free. And now when people are watching, they're seeing their favorite comics kill. That's why CP is over there killing. Or to hear, it's like you seeing them just kind of float in these spaces because we don't have industry notes on us. And he just kind of knows how to package it. This is happening. And it's happening fast. As Hollywood's trying to figure out what they're going to do next. And we got access to cameras, baby. Look at this. Look at the focus. Look at my skin. Look at the lights.
Have you done any episodes on the hospital?
I was supposed to do the hospital. I had to film commercial. I had commercial. Okay. Commercial, I would have been there. Commercial, I would have been there. I had my call back right as they were filming. And I'll read the text to you. I called the dude that he works with. And I was like, he texted me. I was like, listen, man. I say, I'm not going to be able to make tomorrow, bro. I was like, I could come at this time or this time, but he said he want me at this time, but my callbacks at this time is just looking tricky. He was like, oh, man. Because I don't want to bug Kev with this stuff. I know he got a lot of stuff on his plate. He's like, give me a second. And he was like, yeah, BT, he just said don't come. And I'm like, fuck. Because I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to get eyes. I know it's going to be hilarious. I'm sorry, this wasn't the hospital. This is a new show. This is the airport. And I was like, fuck. And then he says, no, I'm lying. For both shows, I was supposed to be in, and both shows I ended up booking a commercial. And I hit him and I'm like, bro, he's like, man, yeah, he said just don't come. And I'm like, shit. I was like, man, all right, bro. He was like, you want to hear worse news? I'm doing your part. I was like, fuck. I was like, hey, congratulations, I guess, my boy. But I was like, I better get this shit. And then I booked it, so it was all right.
Well,
there you go.
This is a perfect transition. You're the king of commercials.
That is a fact. That's a fact.
So you booked 33 or 30? What do you say?
26 companies, 34 spots.
So 26. Oh, so 34 national commercials.
Mm-hmm.
So you rich as hell then.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, man. You know what I'm saying? I be spending the money a little frivolously. I probably should have slowed down, but it was all right. I definitely bought Lakers season tickets last year. That was I might have been jumped out that window, but just go. I'll be all right. I just gotta book a few more. Yeah, man. The commercial thing is kind of my bread and butter now. It's a weird now though, because some of the stars is like they ain't working. So I'm seeing these niggas in commercial. I'm like, man. Jennifer Aniston, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing, baby girl? I saw Zoe sat down in the T-Mobile commercial. I'm like, hey, baby girl, if you don't get your ass back over there to the Avatar planet, what are you doing? But they trying to work too. But Clayton Thomas is always very on me about it because he remembered when I said I wanted to do commercials. He said, bro, I ain't never seen you say you want to do something and it not work out. And I was focused and I was taking a lot of commercial classes. I did Digital Dog. I did Killian's. I did Mike Pointer's How I Saw Your Commercial. I was taking them all. And they just wasn't working out. And it was just fine. And then I booked like a print ad for Skittles. It was cool. And then they did use some of the video. I was like, all right, cool. But that was unscripted. I wasn't SAG yet. And then, but it was good. It was good money though. It was like a lump sum. Like, we could talk numbers. It was like 14. It was like
they
14.
bought you out?
Yeah, they just bought me out.
Buyout
For like $14,000. I was like, all right, cool. And then Ford was the first big one.
Ford
was the first big one. Ford was life changing me. It knew I was on the right path. So Ford is a campaign. The idea for the commercial was we want to recreate like 90s TV, but like as a mesh. So I was the lead character in this sitcom that don't exist. I was like Fresh Prince meets Urkel. Mm-hmm. So I had like my little bullshit flat top at the time. They extended it. But the JJJ, the father from Smart Guy, he was my dad. I can't remember the black woman from In the Heat of the Night. Mm-hmm. This is the dad. This is the mom. They got a daughter. I think enough time has passed. I'm not dissing nobody. I'm just calling it is. Masika from Love and Hip Hop. She was my basically love interest.
Okay.
And something when she was doing Love and Hip Hop, something happened on the show where like some girl was like slandering her name and making billboards about her, about all this.
Billboards.
The girl went out her way to make like this was going on in the show, but she was taping the show as we were filming the commercial. She would leave set and go film Love and Hip Hop. But then when I'm looking at the 3 months on when this show is supposed to come out, these episodes are happening right when these commercials are supposed to come out. So it's like she on some billboard. It was like whatever happened in her past. I don't know. They got this plaster on the billboard. She's a terrible person. Whatever. And I was like, oh shit, this gonna mess up the commercial. And fast forward to when I see the commercial, she's not in it. The woman in this commercial I've never met before in my life. They digitally replaced her. And I'd never seen this girl in my life. It was some little new chocolate girl. I'm mad I never met her. She was pretty. And I was like,
oh shit.
And mind you, I was on Masika the whole trip because Masika's gorgeous. And I was like, hey, baby girl. I had no idea, she was dating, I think, Fetty Wap at the time. I was like, oh, whatever. And she was a sweet girl. She was super cool. But when I saw that commercial, she was not in it. And I was like, I'm looking at it's me acting in the commercial and I'm seeing who I'm talking to, but I don't know this woman. And that commercial, I did not see in LA.
Got you.
The visibility, I never saw it in LA. So it ran and I went to that mailbox. And man, I go to the mailbox and I pick up and I see the checks and it's like 4 envelopes, but they're stacked inside. I ain't never seen the envelope this big. And I open it and it's a check in here. I'm like, they kind of got me on the taxes, but that's $7,800. Okay. That's $11,000. Like $11,300. That's another $11,000. That's exactly the same amount as this one. Did they double it? 2 chicken. All right, that's $8,000. There's another envelope here. That's $500. $500. $12,000. What the fuck?
Wow.
It all came at once. This show, but it was 3 spots and the 15s. So that 15, when you shoot a commercial, the 30-second commercials, that's great. Yay.
Right.
The 15s. The 15s is where the money is. When they do that re-edit and they got to shorten this for that little pop, for that little quick timeout at the basketball game. Right. It's like the not the TV timeout, just timeout. And they go to that's the one. The 15 spots is where the money is made because they got to pay the same amount, even though, and when the commercials on USA or MTV, that's a totally different rate than when it's on ABC.
Got you.
When it's on ABC, their money. All nationals are not created the same. A national can also be a cable buyout. where it's everywhere nationally,
Right.
but it ain't this. And them first, I had never seen money like that in my life. I was like, I'm rich. I never worry again in life. And I gave my mama some money and bought a car and
there you go.
Paid my bills up a little bit, and then I didn't book one for a long time.
Did you have an agent or did you go through casting network?
I had an agent at the time. I was with was I with Elevate? I think I was with Elevate at the time. With Kylie McKenzie, I believe was my agent. And we booked that one, and then I didn't have one for a long time. And I did like NACA and a bunch of other stuff just on some money shit. But then after like right towards the end of COVID, that's when that new wave started. This next wave was everything else is after that.
Gotcha.
So it's just Skittles and Ford, and then it's in 3 years, 22 of them bitches. And I'm shooting 2-3 of them commercials a month. It's just like back to back to back to back. I had like a 90%, I had a 90 to 95% callback ratio. I had a 80 to 85% avails ratio.
What's that?
Like, so when you go in for the audition, and then you do the audition, and then, so like, let's say they see 100 people. Then you come back, and the callback, it might be 15 of y'all.
Okay.
So I'm in that, I get that. I was getting the callback every time. Every time I get the callback. I come back, I do the callback. When you do the callback, then it's avails. Avails mean you've booked this, but we just don't know if you're the choice. So it might just be 3 of us, and then a certain amount of the team has to agree. So between the director, the legal team, the company, and like maybe casting 3 of the 4, something like that, have to all agree that you're the person.
Got you.
So I would get avails all the time. There was like, BT's gonna do good tape, BT's gonna deliver. We just don't know if this is gonna be him or this Asian woman. And so sometimes I wouldn't get it, but my avails at the time were like 80%. So I was like, and this was last year.
So wait a minute. So did you discover something in this process that made you successful?
I stopped giving a fuck. You got to, comics, if y'all don't hear nothing I say, you gotta let it go. You can't book and be like, I need some money, y'all, and hey, you like me? Hello, my baby. No. I let it go. I remember one of the times I was in the room and they had the script, and I knew from Mike Pointer's class, there's gonna be certain words in here you have to hit. You can't be you can't do a McDonald's commercial and then not say I'm loving it. You gotta say I'm loving it. They spent a lot of money to make sure that I'm loving it is the slogan. So you gotta say there's other shit that's on here. I don't know how to say all that.
Oh, so you didn't really technically memorize the script?
Hell no.
You was in there freestyling.
Yes, fuck them scripts, man. They know I can read. When I show up, when y'all book me for this, I will read it the way y'all wrote it. But in these auditions, I'm gonna have some fun. And I stopped. I let it. You got to let it go.
So do you think it was your likability that people were just attracted to the character that, like, for whatever reason, they just liked you?
I think when they say what is that it factor, I think I found my it factor in commercial.
Gotcha.
I don't care. Humbly, not humbly, I know that I'm the funniest person in this room. No diss to who wrote it, no diss to who's directing. But I'm working on funny every night. So it's like I'm doing this in front of real people every night. I looked at your script. I know exactly what words need to say. The other thing, so 2 things happen. 1, I know what lines I need to hit. More than that, I know my angles. I know that this camera in front of me, I know that if I'm here, this camera can still see my eyes. I know this moment I go here, it can't see this eye no more. I know that my light is here. I know there's a light here, so it's like, this is probably a good angle for me. This ain't shit. This is terrible.
Right.
And but that's like practice over and over and over again and just feeling people would do, if I was doing a commercial, you can't look down the barrel. This is crazy. This looks crazy and scary to America, unless it's one of the things we were talking directly to America. So if I'm talking to you if you're talking to somebody in a commercial, then a lot of times they'll put the person's eyes over here, but you're losing so much of your eyes. So you don't put them here, you put them right here. and that still look like another person. So and then I'll cross the room. So when it's the other person across the room, then you cross the room. It's all here. It's all here. And once you realize that, I know how to do that comedically, and I got big ass eyes, so all that worked in my favor. So it's like now using my comedic timing with knowing where the cameras are and my effort, I don't give a fuck no more. And once I started booking them, you couldn't tell me shit. Once it worked once, I was like, nope, I don't care now. I remember one of the times I walked into the thing and it was like, why did you, I don't even remember what it was. It was like, every take you're doing is so wild. Why are you doing the takes like this? And I told him exactly what I just told you. I'll say, humbly, not humbly, I'm the funniest person in this room. I was like, I'm no diss to the writer. What he wrote is perfect. But as far as transitioning it to how I'm supposed to sell this, I'm just not going to do it like that. And but while I'm doing that humbly, I know what a car is, and I know that this is about the car, and it's not about me. So it's like, man, he was saying, yeah, man, the shit. Come on, baby. Toyota. You know what I'm saying? I know where the car is. I know where the Sprite is. I know what this is about. So we're going to win in this world once I pick that up. So it's just once you learn that dance, it helps tremendously.
It's funny that you mentioned that. We had Miguel.
Yeah.
Nunes.
Yeah.
And he said the exact same thing. He's like, I don't care nothing about that script. He's like, I don't memorize it. I don't memorize them lines. I change. He's like, I changed stuff, and it really worked for him too. But it wasn't for commercials per se. It was
for TV.
It was for TV.
So we having this conversation. When I start going after the commercial thing, I see Lamorne Morris, because Lamorne is the commercial king. He's killing. I'm the commercial prince. He was the king.
Right.
He's killing. And he does I remember I saw him out and I was like, man, I started doing the commercial. Been doing the commercial thing, whatever. This is this little run I've been on. And he was like, man, I was like, anything you should tell me, whatever, agents I should talk to, whatever. He said, ain't got nothing to do with them. And he reached in his pocket and he gave me his agent card. And anybody that live in the city know that don't happen. We don't look alike, but we are clearly in the same casting.
Right.
Clean cut, black man. He's a little shorter than me. It's like, no. And he just like, call my agent. I don't care. I said, really? He's like, yeah, I'm done with them. I said, what? He's like, I'm done with commercials. I said, And he was on New Girl. Like I saw him on New Girl like a month later. So full pivot. So mind you, that didn't become my agent or nothing like that, but I remember him giving me that card. So I talked to him not too long ago. And I said, yo, bro, I remember that. I said, I'm trying to pivot into television. How do I do this? He said the same approach. He said, the way that you don't care about commercials, you got to not care about TV like that. He said, you got to make the character your own. This is the day that you get to act. Go have some fun. Go bring something to this character that you're thinking and let it go. And this I just found out 2 days ago. All this shit I be talking, say all that humble, not humble shit, let me show you humble. My stupid ass be turning in 2 takes. So I turn in 1 take where I think you guys will like this. Well, I'm a pussy ass nigga. And then I turn in another take where I really do what I want to do. He say, nigga, don't turn in no 2 takes. I turn in 1 take. This is what I'm going to do. Now, I can take direction. And I realize that in the calls too. Once I do the callback and I do this wild zany shit and then they bring me down, then I know how to bring it down. I was like, oh, you do know the script? I was like, of course I know the script. I just don't want to read that shit. That ain't fun. I don't want to do that. I'm going to do that when we get to set. I'm going to give you a straight read like that. And sometimes that's what they use. Sometimes, but they want the director sometimes wants the option of, give me something else. Give me something else.
Right.
Give me something. Like I remember when I booked Sprite, Eric Andre was the director. Eric Andre was the director. Now, mind you, Eric Andre had on his ascension, he had shot like some spec Sprite commercials. He loves Sprite. Just pre him being the director for this commercial. But so we walk in, not for nothing too, in that Ford commercial, I had beat out a lot of the city. I saw all the stars show up. I was like, oh shit. When I got out, I was like, really me, bitch? Like, so it was kind of the same thing for Sprite. I'm going in and I see, some of my friends or whatever, and I'm seeing people that I know would also kill this. And then I go in and I do the first audition, it feels good. And I go in, I do the second audition, and Eric's in there, and it's nobody else in there, which is really weird. Normally there's somebody working a camera or something. It might have been a cameraman, but I don't remember. I remember a camera being on us and him. And he was like, all right, try this. all right, try this. And as I'm walking on him, he was like, that's the guy. Like almost like he knew when he watched the tape I was the guy. And then I get to the end of the hall, I'm saying bye to people, and he was like, hey, wait, come back in. And I come back in, and I guess they gave him notes. It's like, well, what if he can't do this? Or what if he can't do? And then they had me bring it down. He was like, all right, just read it like this just so we can have it. I was like, all right. And I did that. He was like, all right, now try it like this. And I just keep giving him shit. He's like, I would leave like he said, I'm telling you, he's the guy. and it's like, it was one of those things where it was like, I know that when I'm in this room and when I'm in this audition, it's like, okay, I gotta be me. If I'm not me, it's not gonna work. And I know he crazy. Eric is crazy. I think he's hilarious. I think he's one of the most brilliant minds we have in the business. I don't do that humor, but I think he's hysterical. I thought the movie he had, Bad Trip, I thought that's one of the funniest movies we've seen in 10 years. Would I do this kind of humor? No, that's not BT's brand, but this shit is hysterical. I watch it all the time. I think it's hilarious. When he asked me to do it, once we get to set, I said, they're gonna let me go. I said, I can do whatever I want here because he crazy. He's borderline black jackass. You know, it's Eric Andre. I was like, nigga, yeah, he's in Jackass. You know, he got a show where you be interviewing people and the dick come out the middle of the table. It's like, it's Eric Andre. It's Sprite, but it's Eric Andre directing. He gonna let me do whatever I want. I'm in there wilding out every scene. But the Sprite commercial had this high level of visibility, unlike Ford. Same amount of spots, not as much money. But the visibility, Sprite was everywhere. It ran for like 4 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was like, and it's 3 spots, not counting the 15 seconds. And they just ran the first 2 spots. And then the next year they ran that other spot that they didn't run with another one. And the next year they did it again. If it wasn't, hey, Anthony Edwards, chill, my boy. I'd still be in there. If the NBA players didn't come back to Sprite, I'd still be the Sprite guy. I was a Sprite guy for every Christmas it was about 3-4 years. And it's like, but the money was good. Sprite was the gift they keep on giving, and the visibility was high. 4 years? 4 years.
That's crazy.
4 years. And so, mind you, it wasn't that money that I saw from Ford. Ford money was different, but eventually it ended up being more than that. But it was like 4,000. I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this ain't the motherfucking money. That money's supposed to be different. Why is it? And Kente Scott saw me walking around one time. Kente used to do a bunch of commercials back in the day. He was like, hey, man, congratulations on 4. I was like, oh, man, appreciate it. He's like, that money ain't what you thought, huh? I said, hell no, nigga, how you knew? Like, it was like a little secret conversation. He said, I saw it when it was airing during the NBA games. He was like, that shit was on TNT. He was like, that other commercial. I said, what do you mean? He was like, when it's on ABC, when it's on CBS,
right,
the money different. I said, get the fuck out of here. But that was year 1.
Okay.
By year 4, it had surpassed that. And I was like, okay, that's why you got to just shut up and count your blessings. You don't know what it's going to be. You can't count the money before you get it.
Right.
I lost a big one because of that.
What do you mean you lost a big one?
It's a commercial I went in for. They asked me to do hella shit. They wanted me to do I had to do like 4 characters, then like 3 impressions. Then it was like they asked me to do so much. And I was like, all right. And I'm doing it, but I don't do impressions. You know what I mean? I want to do reading, then do one of American, then do one of this. And this is a big thing. Here's the problem. When they sent out the thing, they said how much money was going to make. And all that shit I just said about you can't give a fuck, I gave all the fucks. You hear me? I gave every fuck possible. It's literally was in the breakdown. It's like the email that they sent that's from Casse Networks. It was like, da-da-da, and this is the role, and this is the agent we're looking for, and it's going to pay $250,000 a quarter.
A quarter?
A quarter. I said, oh, so this year I'll be a
It's
millionaire.
$1 million, yeah.
But you are Flo from Progressive. It's like, no. It's going to be a minimum of 15 spots, and yeah, so yeah, and I got the call back. I'm gonna get the call back. I'm always get the call back. I said, like I said,
So you knew when you were done with it, you was like, I didn't get that one.
When I was driving home after the call back, I was like, I was still thinking about the money. I was like, you got to let it go. I said, you know better. You know better. You can't care that much. You can't care that much. But then, not for nothing, I end up working with that company later. So it all works itself out, because, I do a lot of spots. I was supposed to go to Brazil to shoot a spot, but I was headlining the Ontario Improv,
Okay.
but they wanted me to be in Brazil to shoot a commercial. Now, I wasn't headlining hella clubs like that, and I'm trying to shape my tour. I'm like, this is the Ontario Improv, and it's ticket sold. And they're not here to, I love Matt, I love Nate. They are not here to see them. They are here to see me. And I need to provide talent for my people. And I was like,
Right.
but the money over here ain't shit. If I sold all my merch, it ain't gonna be what this gonna be. I know that this gonna be 40 bands. I know that this is 40 bands. I know it is. And I was like, well, listen, man, look, I'm gonna do my Friday show and then I'm gonna fly out Friday. I already looked at the flights. And I'm gonna get there Saturday and then we'll shoot Saturday, right? And then we'll shoot Sunday. And I catch the last thing out Sunday. And I was like, no, nigga. And they was pissed at me. Cause when they put me on the Veils, there was nobody else on the Veils. They didn't even have anybody else. They was like, you're on the Veils. I was like, all right. Normally when they're on Veils, it's like 2 or 3 of y'all. No, you're on the Veils. And it was just me. And they were pissed. And I was like, I didn't know shit. I didn't know I was going to get this booking. That this was like somebody dropped out now. But
right. It's hard to turn down 40,000
for
for a day's work.
Yeah. And then I hit him back like, all right, fine, I'll do it. But by that time, it was too late.
Oh, okay.
I was like, well, fuck y'all then, nigga. I'll go do the improv.
Right.
So yeah, man. But commercials are very good.
Now, when you change the words, can you talk? I know you played in the commercials. Did sometimes they take those words and utilize it for the commercial?
Absolutely.
So when they do that, do you get credit for writing it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not a chance in the world. Sometimes they take it in the audition. I've done the audition and changed it in the audition. I did an audition not too long ago, and I'm listening to the script, and I'm listening to the script, and I'm listening to the person that's giving us the direction for how we're supposed to do it. Uh-huh. And I was like, he don't know what they talking about. Now I'm a nigga, so I know what they're saying.
Right.
It was like the way that they was using some of the terminology, it was like slang terminology. Like they was like saying lit, but they was like using lit as a double entendre for something else. I was like, oh, they don't know it's lit. They don't know. Okay. And I'm listening to him get the discretion. I was like, he don't know. So boom, I do it. And so now I add a bunch of stuff in, and I saw the commercial later. And I saw that they had used the stuff I said, but I didn't book it. And I was like, huh. But, somebody told me a while ago, you're going to either sue or you're going to work.
Okay.
You going to sue or you going to work. You can sue. You could sit around here trying to sue,
right?
SAG and what's name. Now, not for nothing. That writing money is different.
Mm-hmm.
I love all this commercial money talk. This is all great. I need to write more for the people that I have wrote with. I am sorry if I didn't do enough. I will be back humbly. That green envelope is different. Second time I had never seen that much money in my life. I was like, oh, this is crazy. This Writers Guild shit is this is different money.
What you write for?
Dion Cole had me come in to write on. This was the Soul Train Awards.
Okay,
it's the Soul Train Awards, and it's the team is me, him, Chris Spencer, Neff, and Malik S. And I'm a baby in this world. I don't know the hierarchy of how this goes. We get on a meeting and it's time for us to have one of the business meetings. And Chris is talking, but he's talking about random shit. And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like he was talking about golfing or some shit. I was like, we're supposed to be working, you guys. I don't understand at the time that you have to build and cultivate an energy for comedy and funny to be happening, and then you pitch punch within that.
Got you.
So I was like, they was like, oh yeah, da da da, and then that story kind of died down, and I was like, yeah, so this is what I'm thinking. We could try this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and that's how I pitch it. And they're like, oh yeah, well, maybe. It don't matter how good the joke is. It don't matter how good the writing is. If you don't know how to sell it in the room, it don't work.
Got you.
They're not gonna see through your, oh, this is brilliant, and get you there. You gotta sell it, and I don't know this. I'm oblivious to this. I go through my little ideas, and they're like, oh yeah,
yeah.
But then but that's what it's for. Chris Spencer was really kind in that space because they kind of baby walked me through the understanding. Him and Malik do this all the time.
Right.
They do this all the time, and he was like, Chris was like, Chris talked them into letting me be on screen. So I became like the dude that was keeping Dion on time. So Dion will be being hilarious, and then they'll be like, he's like, BT, I'm good on time. I come out. But him and Dion kind of came up with that idea together, and that basically ended up being, I got a check for being on screen and being a writer.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so it was like, and he was like, I like to find people checks and shit. But they was on me about that shit. They tell me, hey, make sure you do this. Hey, don't do it like this. Do this. They gonna tell you to do this. Don't do that. Do this. I'm like, all right, yeah. But I don't mind being critiqued. I get it. You know what I mean? I get it because Dion has been like my LA big brother in that way. If he will teach and help with understanding for something, he'll come out. I tell him I'm a headliner. He said I'll be there. He'll watch. He's like, bro, don't run from that silence. You too funny. You gotta sit in it. And he know I respect that. I think Dion has the best process I've ever seen for how he crafts material. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, he's like, yeah, do it. Do the work. Because comics think being funny is the job. That's not the job. Your job is to go on stage and tell an audience what you think or what you have come up with is funny, and that's the job. The laughter is random, but that ain't your goal. Your goal's not, I got to go up there and make them laugh. No. You got to go do the art, and then the art, if you're good at it, will make them laugh. But you got to go up stage, and you got to go eat it sometimes. You got to go be bad. You got to try the new shit. That's why, and if not, you will be terrible. Or you be one of these old comics that's just keep doing the same set for 25 years.
What was the best advice Dion gave you?
The best advice it's right in alignment with that. It's don't be afraid of that silence. He was like, the silence is your friend, and you gotta sit in the material. Even if it's not working, then now it's more of a visual than it is what's the name? Because Dion kind of ideally has one of the careers that I revere. He's on TV. He's in film. He sells tickets. His specials are amazing. He tours if I want to. He does commercials, and he tours if I don't have to. So, and he's just cool and fly and gets to live his life just kind of comfortably, whatever. So it's like, you know, when I was with DC Curry, then it was a different thing. It was like, listen, you gotta be fly on stage. You should look a little better than what the audience is. The audience should look at something you got on, like, where you get that? Right. It should be slightly above where they at. And even when you don't have the money to buy the outfit, you still gotta go buy it. Right. It's the cost of doing business. So now, like, if I'm out and I see some shoes or I see a jacket or something, I just buy it. I know I can't afford it today. I cannot afford this today, but when I come back, it's not gonna be here. Right. I just buy it. I just buy it. I just like, and I'll deal with it later. It's the cost of doing business. That stay in the back of my head. I was like, I'm paying for cable and satellite and all these random streaming shits. You got to watch what's on if you want to be on TV. Gotcha. This world where actors are not watching what's out. Because, I want to be on TV. It's like, how you gonna not watch and be on? Yeah. I wish you would go in for Marvelous Mrs. Maisel at the time and you ain't never seen this show. You gonna sound stupid as hell. If you don't know the rhythm and the cadence of the show. If you try to go be on the pit right now and you don't know the rhythm and the cadence of the show and you ain't never seen it, you ain't gonna do no research, you gonna sound stupid. So, you know, when I think about it, it's like, that's the cost of doing business.
Now, the one thing Dion has a unique approach to it. He always goes up there with the notepad. Yep. Is there anything on that notepad?
Yes.
It is. Yes. It's actual notes on there.
Yes. Okay. So when he used to do the paper notepad with I remember Dion pencil behind. I remember when Dion used to eat. There's a moment in time when he was eating chips on stage, and it was the funniest shit I ever saw in my life. He would just be on there just eating chips and telling jokes. I said, this is so funny to me. But the notepad, there was actual jokes on there. I don't know if he's actually marking them off, but on the phone, there's actually jokes in the phone. But even now, if you go catch him, like when he's working out, like he does a show at the Improv called Does This Work? At the Improv. It's not in the big room, it's in the lab. I'm like 60 of us in there, 70 of us. Like I was there last night, I'll be there tonight. Sometimes I'm just sitting in the back watching. Right. Because and sometimes I go on, sometimes I don't. But it's like he don't give the jokes. No, he sets it up, set up, premise, punchline. Set up, premise, punchline. It's gonna either work or it's not gonna work. And either way, He's not in some cadence where now when you see him and he's performing and the tickets are sold and he's $50, then he's in the zone. He don't perform it like that. But when you're trying to work it out, you got to do. I see comics do this all the time. There's a do the punchline don't work, and then they got a joke about how it don't work. No, nigga, fix the joke. You didn't created a new joke. Yeah, man. Why the chicken cross the road? Get to the other side. Y'all never laugh at that shit. Man, I gotta throw that out. No, nigga, fix it. You gotta fix it. Like, you gotta tweak it. Maybe it's not a chicken. Maybe it's a rooster. Maybe that's not why it got to the side. You gotta go and craft, but that's the job, dude. Comics don't want to do that. And nobody wants to do that. It don't feel good. Bombing hurts. Mm-hmm. Shit sucks. That's why that comic left. I'm gonna find your ass.
So how did you start working with Matt Rife?
That's DC Curry again. So I'm with me and DC are doing the Cleveland Improv, and Matt was just 15, maybe 14, 15. He used to have to stand outside of the club. Uh-huh. So he would come to the club and he did they asked him if he could get on, and DC was like, I ain't putting no kids on my show. And he was like, no, you just got to meet him. I promise you, he's super cool. He's funny, yada, yada, yada. He was like, all right, let me meet him. And then he came to the back, and Matt was cool. Matt was, you could tell he was ours. It was like, oh, he's raised by hip hop. This is ours.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was just cool as fuck. But he was young. He was a kid. You know what I'm saying? He was a kid. But he was a comic as a kid. You know, if you know better, Chappelle started as a kid. Eddie started as a kid. So it was like, all right.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah. He said, you got to watch? He was like, yeah. He said, you got, you know what 5 minutes is? He's like, yeah. He said, go do 5 minutes. And he let Matt, if this was Friday night, he didn't let him go up Friday. He let him go up Saturday, though. He said, you can do second show. And he went up there and he rocked. And it was like, oh, shit. And then he would just kind of hang with us. He was like, listen, whenever he come back, Matt will host, or BT, you're host, and Matt will do the time in between. Every time we come to Cleveland Improv, some clubs have a comedy loft, like they own an apartment. Mm-hmm. So me and Matt would like stay in the loft, and then the other comics, then DCB in his headlining room or whatever, and we'd come over, do the shows. It was just cool as hell. So fast forward, he moves to LA, and at the time, bro, Matt was, before shit went crazy, it was, how am I going to pay rent?
Right.
I don't know if I can still keep living here. I'm about to move to Austin, and then TikTok happens, and then he went from how am I gonna pay rent to the Forbes list. It was outrageous. It's like it happened fast, but at the whole same time, this is why comics sometimes irritate me, because we know how hard it is to get it. We know what it takes. Mm-hmm. So if somebody get it, shut the fuck up and let them get it. Right. Like it is no right or wrong reason. There is no rhyme or reason to why it happens. When it happens for him, when I tell you he hasn't changed, not with me. He's been the same person the whole time. When shit was getting crazy, he said, hey man, I'm doing some theater shows. He was like, it's kind of happening. He had moved from clubs to theaters. He was like, I need somebody to come do some dates with me. All right, man, let me know. He called me, hey man, you gonna do these dates with me? All right, cool, bet. Money. We got on the tour bus and I was like, are we flying or driving or what do we do? Yeah, just meet me here. It was like, we pull up to this place and there's a bunch of us and then we're all in there. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I got luggage with me. I was like, I just know we're going to Northern Cali to do some shows. I was like, it's a weird time for a flight. And then this bus pulls up and I was like, oh, it's a big ass tour bus.
Right.
Huh, I ain't never did no shit like this before. I was like, all right, I guess we were riding in this bus. Bus got full bunk beds. It got a what's the shit, like a living room area that when the truck stopped, it expands out. And I was like, oh shit, okay. Hey, this is room in here as big as this room. I was like, oh, okay, cool. We're doing the shit. We hanging out. They had rules. No shitting on the bus. No loose toes on the bus. And you could tell they kept adding rules on the wall. So somebody on here was fucking up because these were new rules. It was rules and then somebody wrote in other rules. And it was like, no shitting on the bus, no wiggling toes on the bus, no da-da-da-da. And then we do the shows. After the shows, we go outside, throw the football around in the middle of the night, cold as hell. We get back on the bus, we stop, eat, but you get a little like delirious because you get on the bus, we do the show, and then you go to sleep on the bus, and then when you wake up, you in another time zone. It was like, oh, we in another city. Where are we at? Like that. It was like, it was kind of, not eerie, but it was like, we was moving and we're not where we was. And we was on the bus the whole time. They would have a hotel, but the hotel was like the driver would go in there and sleep or go get on the shower. But we had our bunks. And on that bunk, you had your little light, you had your little phone. It's a tight spot, but it's comfortable. I was like, this is all right. Now, and his room was like a big ass room in the back. But, he had a shower back there and all that shit. But we had what's the name? Nobody used that shower.
How long was the tour?
We was out, I feel like we was out about 2 months maybe.
Damn, on a bus?
On a bus.
For 2 months?
Like 2 months. And it was cool though. But it was like that shit was very fun. And then he moved into arenas. And then now we flying. So private. Sometime, now mind you, I'm touring so much because not too long after that, Nate pops also. So I've had lightning strike very close to me.
Right.
Nate's my roommate for years. And then I'm like, bro, we both were just like, I think I'm gonna get the spot. And so on and so forth. He was bouncing back and forth to the city. And then same thing happens for him. TikTok goes, dun-dun-dun-dun. And if they revere Matt like, there's this like, I'll tell that story in a second. There's like this thing, if they see Matt like this, it's like this girly, dreamy eyed, that's how they see him. They see Nate as this loving, black, cool coworker. It's like, oh man, they just want to be roasted. They pay extra money to sit up and be roasted. And the same thing happened for him. He had did a couple clubs and he was like, I think things are changing. And there ain't no reason to call me to come do a club with you. I'll do them, but it don't really make sense. BT gonna be expensive. It's like, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna cost a certain amount of money. So it's like, no, I'm moving into theaters. It's like, because Nate know, if don't nobody but me and him show up, no bells, no whistles, and a microphone, or not a microphone, this is gonna be a great show.
Right.
We've done so many shows together. He know. He was like, no, if BT's hosting this show, it's gonna be great. Now, sometimes that became like it's not an issue, but it was a learning curve because I have to. This is my brother, but I also have to keep in mind who he is. Nate is a monster on stage. He doesn't need me to clean up a crowd for him. So as a good host, I'm gonna set a room tone, and sometimes that would take a little longer than it needed to. And it's like, listen, bro, it's the third show tonight. We got to get the fuck out of here. And I was like, you're right. But they were dead, and I was waking them up. He was like, yeah, but it's me. I said, nigga, you right. Because he doesn't need me to wake the crowd up. He'll just go up to them being dead. He's a monster. Been one of the funniest niggas to ever touch a mic. Before all this shit happened, I got him. I was like, damn, you're right. We do got to get the fuck out of here. We had an after party, nigga. We about to fuck up. I didn't win over, whatever. But when it happens for him and I'm doing the theaters with Nate, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, it's 5,000 people in here. It's 3,000 people in here. And we got another show after this to see my boy. And it's like, we move in. It's like, shit is moving. And I like 20, what is it? 20, this is 2023. I did every show with him. I did every show. We did 70, maybe 79 cities in a year.
God,
it was something crazy. It was something crazy. It was like 79 cities.
79 different.
Like,
was y'all flying?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Driving some if it'd be close, but but it'd be like we're going and doing Dallas, and then we're in Dallas Friday, and then New Orleans Saturday.
Got you.
And then okay, cool, and then a week passed, and then the next weekend it's like that. But as Nate went into theaters and amphitheaters, and then Matt went to arenas. So the last time I performed in Houston was at when he first does the arenas dates. We're going to do Dallas where the Mavs play. This is not too long after Luka left. And we're at the game. It's nobody in this bitch. And I'm like, this game starts in 8 minutes. We got a box, but they're like, Matt's like, hey, they gave me 2 floor seats too, so we're gonna go down and sit on the floor. We go down and sit on the floor, and I realize, first of all, they got me in a Mavs jersey, and I appreciate the gift, but nigga, I am a Lakers fan. I'm gonna put this it got my name on this. I'm gonna put this shit on, but no, I'm gonna burn this bitch as soon as I get out of here. So I go and I'm sitting, and I realize where they have us sitting. I'm like, oh no, we're camera side. Like this is okay. And we're going, and when they can't get to him, this happens with him and with Nate. When they can't get to the star, then they get to anybody who's close to him. So they see us talking, they're like, and he knows to ignore them. And I'm like, huh? Hey, it's like, so this lady screams out, she's like, where's he performing? And I was like, here. She's like, yeah, I know in Dallas, but where? I'm like, here. And then her and her husband talking. She goes, American Airlines Arena? I hear her saying, okay, fine, I'll get tickets. It's sold out like that. And then eventually some people show up to this game, but it was not sold out like that. So if the Mavs played that Friday,
right,
we were there Saturday. His tickets have been sold for months. And then so it's like we do, and the very first show though, we go, some shit happens with the speakers and shit. I fix it. Like I just handle, again, not giving a fuck. I'm on stage just kind of doing the set, and these people are, they were just rowdy. I was like, I don't know if they're booing.
Right.
But something's not right. Like, they're just like, what the fuck is going on? And this is the first show of him doing arenas. I was like, something's off. And I can't take it no more. I know I'm supposed to do 12 minutes, but y'all got me fucked up. If y'all think I'm finna bomb in here. What the fuck is going on? What's up with y'all? Like, nigga, what am I missing? We can't hear. We can't hear.
Okay.
I said, oh, y'all can't hear me. Yay! Everybody in the balconies cheering.
Right.
I said, oh, I thought you niggas didn't like me. They're like, no. Echo, 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 echo. I said, oh, there's an echo. Yeah. Everybody, this is just the top row. They're losing. Yes. Something happened with the speakers when in between, when we did sound check, what's the name? They tilted slightly.
Gotcha.
And now the sound's bouncing off and they can't hear shit. And I'm like, oh, I'll say, so can y'all hear me now? Is this better? I'm doing that in the mic. Now everybody's laughing. I regained control of the room.
Gotcha.
I'm talking to the people. Are we fixing this or are we doing this? All right, cool. You just do a little time. So I'm doing really slow jokes with big act out so at least they could see me just to kind of waste the time. They fix it. Matt's like, nigga, you a pro. He don't say nigga. But he was like, bro, you are a pro, man. He was like, my bad. I was like, bro, I don't care nothing about that. And then the next night we do Houston. And when you're in this business, you don't really ever look up. And I looked up. And it was like, you just like, we just working. And every now and then you just be like, oh, this shit is crazy. And we do Houston in the round and arenas in the round. Oh, that shit it's like warm pussy. That shit feels so good. It's like everybody's around you. So this is like a big comedy club. And then these people are looking at a 50-foot tall version of you. Mm-hmm. And then the people at the top are looking at that version too. And this is Houston, Texas. Now, with all the love I've said with Lee and all my family out there, Blame and Keisha and Billy, and I don't get to perform in Houston that often. I haven't been back to this city to perform comedy in years. Mm-hmm. And the next time I'm back here, I'm where the Rockets play.
Wow.
And it's sold out. It's 19,000 people in here. And I'm out first and you talk about floating, like, and we flew private. And it's like I don't never get to, this shit is crazy. It's like, now there is a respect and an understanding that these people are not here to see me, but I'm here, bitch. So we know what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I go out and it's just like I'm floating. Paul Wall brings Matt to the stage and it's a thing. And it's like, oh my goodness. And then the next time I'm in Texas, Nate's doing the biggest room he had done. He's in the amphitheater, like the Coca-Cola amphitheater, might be for 5,000 people. And I go, because for Nate, I do everything. I do kind of like sound checks and I do everything. Like, he don't technically need me to, but if I'm here, I'm working, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want shit to be easy for you. You my brother. I'm a comic, but my ego's not present right now. I'm just working. So let me make sure it's right in here. And I show up and I call this nigga. I was like, I know you don't like to know what the venues is, but nigga, I don't know what they paying you. But make sure the numbers is right. This is not the normal theaters that we be in. He said, what you mean? I said, this ain't, I know what 2,500 people look like. And I know what 3,000 people look like. And this ain't that. He's like, you serious? I said, I'm for sure serious. He said, nigga, for real? No, Nate said nigga. Matt just said nigga. And it was like this big ass amphitheater and it was sold out. And there's a true changing of the guard in comedy. So like when you see people getting it, you gotta let it go, because let me tell it, comedy is kind of healing itself. That's why all the traditional pillars of comedy are working, whether it be crowd work or storytelling with Ali or like traditional material with Josh Johnson. It's like, no, it all works. You just stop hating and stop being mad.
Right.
And go figure it out.
Right.
And so we all got the same job, baby. Go figure out how to move them tickets.
So from, okay.
You say you're a Laker fan. I just want to get your quick thoughts on the snow Lakers.
It's that the only problem with my only problem with this team is that they're white. It's just too many. It's a lot of white boys. That's my own. It's like
y'all not gonna win nothing.
No. Let's not get carried away.
I'm telling you,
got backup today.
11 games this year.
What? No.
Let me tell you something. As long as niggas is broke, white people ain't gonna be able to do well in that sport.
Listen.
They just not.
You think this only broke country, man? Slovenia ain't got no money like that. We got 2 foreigners and 2 white boys.
I'm telling you right now.
Austin, you can tell he trained with us. He's forged in the fire.
He don't possess the skills as us. I'm talking about the speed, the jumping ability. No. But he been around.
Yeah, he been around, and he's saucy.
It's not about Luka. It's about the people around Luka.
Yeah, now let's not get it twisted. I like the team.
You like the new team?
I like the new team a lot. I like Quentin Grimes out here getting his money.
He nice.
Only thing, Walker Kessler got to stretch his face out. All his face is in the same part of his face. He got this much face, but it's all scrunched up. He looked like one of the Snapchat filters where he smoosh your whole face in. I was like, bro, you need to do like this. But anyway, I like Walker Kessler. He's exactly what the team needs. You got a shot blocker. When you got the 2 white boys in the front court, you need a shot blocker back there. We got our shot blocker. He can catch the alleys. I like Mashko Snaps and Zlatan as Navili. I like him. I love Quentin Grimes. We needed a backup guard. I like Colin Sexton. He a dog. And word on the street is we might be getting Kuminga and or Rui back. I like that too. You know what I mean? I'm feeling good about both of those. I wish we would have kept Jackson Hayes. But
how you feel that the King is leaving LA? LeBron?
Man, I love LeBron as an entity. I love everything that LeBron stands for. I am a Lakers fan. Kobe, my favorite player. I'm good. Thank you for your service. I will never forget what he did for this city because sometimes people try to discount the bubble ring. You can discount it for other teams. You can't discount it for us.
Right.
Because he won a ring when Kobe passed. And he is one of our GOATs. He's in my top 10 just like as he should be anybody's.
Right.
He is one of the GOATs. Let me tell it. Jordan is the GOAT because of his impact on the game. LeBron has had the best NBA career. It's not even close.
Yeah,
as far as an NBA career, he's had the best NBA career. Kareem had the best basketball career. The basketball as a whole, I'm talking high school, college, and NBA. He had the best basketball career. Bill Russell's our best winner. Let me tell it, Kobe's the best. I think he's the best player. I don't think that with Kobe, we be having these debates on Michael Jordan's era and LeBron's era. Well, Kobe played in both. He's the only person that played in both at that stature. He's the only person that played in the physical era and was dominant as number 8 and played in the skill era as 24. His hot era, his peak, I don't think we ever saw. I don't think we saw anybody as good as he was at his peak against the talent that he was against. Because after Jordan has kids. Jordan's children are in the league. Until he is here, there is no representation like him. Mm-hmm. He was playing against Rex Chapman and Jeff Hornacek. He didn't play T-Mac. He didn't play Kevin Garnett. He didn't play LeBron. He didn't play them. He didn't. He played Clyde Drexler. He never played him.
Wait a minute. I just want to make sure I'm hearing this.
Yes.
Are you saying that Kobe is a better player than Michael Jordan?
I'm saying that Kobe's peak, we already in agreement that he is the closest thing to Michael Jordan. Okay. But Jordan didn't play nobody like him.
Like Kobe?
He didn't play nobody like himself. He did not play T-Mac. T-Mac in that era is who?
There probably wasn't a
there's
T-Mac
nothing.
character.
Who is Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant, but Kobe played Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Jordan didn't. That's what I'm pointing. I'm saying at Jordan's legacy in the NBA, he was so impactful to the league that everybody watched Michael Jordan and tried to be like him. Mm-hmm. That didn't happen before him. That happened after him. So Kobe played Jordan. But he played in the physical era.
Who's better?
I think that Kobe at his peak is better than everybody.
Wow.
I think that at his height, I'm talking about if you take the best 10 games, you take the best 40 highlights, you take the best, when you're looking at the best of the best, I think that's big. I don't even know if that's up for the debate.
No, that's
nobody had the months like Kobe had where it was just 40 game after 40 game after 40 game after 40 game. That didn't happen. You think somebody did?
There's no way Kobe Bryant is better than Michael Jordan. It's not even close.
You think that
just from the fact that Kobe athletically is light years away from Jordan.
Sure.
It's not even close. It's not even close. Jordan is a world class. He's a cartoon character. Kobe was a good player. He's a great player, a great skilled player. Mm-hmm. And I would honestly say he may have had more skills than Michael Jordan.
Stay there? Okay.
Right? But he's not a better player than Michael Jordan.
Who you think played harder competition?
Huh?
Who you think played harder competition?
LeBron James.
LeBron never played in the physical era. Not saying he wouldn't have did
2003. That's physical.
This is the whole
2003
thing.
to 2010. Boston was hitting people.
This is the whole thing. Michael Jordan can play in any era because of athletic ability
all
alone.
Of them could play in any era.
No. All of them can.
Yes.
But we have to understand Michael Jordan is a cartoon character. LeBron James is a cartoon character.
Yes.
Kobe Bryant he's not a cartoon character.
He's tall Kyrie. I'm with you.
There you go. He's a very skillful player.
Yes.
And he's mastered a lot of tricks of the trade. But I think what takes your ability to the next level is having that athletic ability, and Kobe didn't possess that.
Kobe was not the athlete that Jordan was or LeBron is. I'll give you that.
Absolutely.
The theory is that I believe that LeBron would have been great in this era as he would have been great in '85. I believe that that Michael Jordan would have been great in this era as he would have been great in 2025 and in the era he played in. Kobe's the only person that played in both. It's all theory, but it's only proven with him. And he went to the finals more than Jordan. Because I count going. I don't know how not going to the finals don't count.
I mean, he definitely went more, but Jordan won more.
But
he didn't go as much.
He missed the playoffs more than Jordan and LeBron.
Yeah.
See, now this is gonna turn into a thing. I'm trying not to make it a thing. Let's go turn it into a thing.
Before Paul Gasol, he had a lot of sorry years.
Do you count the bubble ring?
Yes.
Okay. Do you count the bubble ring?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. A lot of people don't.
I don't know why.
Because they hate LeBron and they hate the Lakers.
Cool. They hate LeBron, they hate the Lakers. One of the reasons they say it don't count is because they took the time off, right? Because you had this break in between. Jordan took 2 years off in the middle of his career in the height. I don't know if he beats Hakeem. Allegedly, he would have.
Just so you know, Hakeem said the only reason why we won is because Michael Jordan wasn't there. And that's from his mouth. He said that. He's African. It's so funny.
He's a nice African. He's eating his food.
He said that's the only reason why we won.
I don't ask Kenny Smith.
Huh?
Ask Robert Horry. I don't know if because that Houston Rockets team used to dog walk the Bulls. I don't know if they beat them. But again, Jordan played 13 years, bro.
Yeah.
And then there's those Wizard years.
Yeah.
He took a lot of breaks.
You know who played similar years as Kobe Bryant? Who I think is kind of his equal? Tim Duncan. The fundamental.
Tim Duncan is great. Tim Duncan was in a putting the big man in there is always weird. But Tim Duncan is great. Tim Duncan does not get the credit he deserves, but he's in an organization that consistently had him winning. See, there's something to be said when you're with one organization and you never leave and you got to go through the bullshit and the rebuild.
Oh, yeah.
There's something to be said for that. If you leave the rebuild or you leave when it get tough, I got to hold you accountable. Like, Kobe never left 20 years straight, one franchise.
He asked for a trade, though.
He did, but he didn't leave.
And only one with Phil.
That's a
best
fact
coach
too.
Of all time.
Hey. There's only
he had Mike Brown.
Do you think Steve Kerr's a good coach?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm not sure anymore.
He got that.
He
team.
revolutionized the offense for the Golden State Warriors.
They was
They
good.
didn't have that offense.
They was running the Detroit offense.
They were good.
I saw Rip Hamilton do that same shit Steph be doing. He just didn't have his range. But I'm saying with Steve, I started to ask a question. If Steve Kerr retires and he only coached Steph Curry, it's like, you had Steph Curry, bro. Like you did great, but you did it with Steph Curry. See, with Phil, he did it with Jordan. He did it with Kobe. It's like he came back and did this. He did it with Kobe again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the gall to play it like that. I don't know, man. I'm being.
Wait a minute. So not to switch the subject.
No, please go ahead.
But you were leaning into people shouldn't get in other comics' way.
Yeah.
And I think you were referring to like Matt Wright in the sense of crowd work.
Yes.
So and also because Nate, he's big on crowd work too. So what is your impression of crowd work?
Who they gonna be mad at me? Hey, I think that there is a gift that some comics have that others don't have, and everybody thinks they're good at something. So when I see comics being dismissive of crowd work, first of all, I'm starting to hate the term crowd work because it's starting to become a thing where it's all getting blended together. Crowd work can be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen it more recent than not be god awful because these comics go on stage and they're fishing. Me and Tony Baker we start calling it fishing. It's like they go on stage, hey man, where you from? All right, cool. What do you do? All right, cool. And if you don't say nothing funny, they just move along.
That's definitely fishing.
You suck. You're terrible. Please stop. Work on the material, my boy. Nate Jackson was one of the funniest people walking the face of the earth before he ever did that on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who's paying attention to the business know that he was closing out shows. He was touring as a headliner. Everything was fine. He was wanting to beat me in the Bay Area Black Comedy Competition. He was doing great. No, none of that. None of that. A big room, standing O's, killing. Matt was hilarious pre-ever doing that. But let me tell it, what happened was there's a disconnect. We're in COVID. Everybody's locked up. Not to mention, not only is everybody locked up, but all the comedians that they say are great, the cancel culture is going on. So it's like, y'all said this guy was great. He hurt my feelings, man, right?
Right.
We're all locked up in the house. We're allowed to come back out. We're in an era where people look at themselves on the phone. It's like all these things are happening simultaneously. When that is happening, I believe that comedy is healing itself. People are, one, getting back outside. Two, they like the attention on them. And they went out to see social media comedians and they weren't good because they weren't true stand-ups. So it's like, man, I'm really a fan of this person. But when I went out and saw him, it wasn't that great.
Right.
And then it was other people on the show that was good. When the social media meets crowd work happens, this guy, he gotta be good because he's made that up in the moment, right? Did he make that up? And now it's everywhere. 15, 20 million views. It's like, well, he has to be good. He just made that up in real time. I wonder if it's like that when I really go see him. And then the people come out and see him. And it's like, oh shit, he's really this good. Because all the comics that were doing it, and with Matt and Nate, they were actual comedians that had material and so on and so forth. And they were already good comics. This is just a thing that they might do from time to time. So they came out and saw people that were fans of somebody being funny on the internet didn't just see people that were social media comedians. They saw actual comedians. And then it goes. Because Matt and Nate both have this thing where it's like they feel like sweet human beings. You see Matt being nice to a grandmother or like, to a kid that's just happy to see him or something like that. Or it's like, and Nate has that jolly thing. It's like, man, this guy's roasting me. But they show up for that. They show up in an extra seat. They pay extra money for the roast zone.
Mm-hmm.
Man, talk shit about me. They want to be on that thing. And see, comedy, the idea is the traditionalists of stand-up feel like there's only one way to do it, and that's never been true.
Right.
See, the idea is Richard Pryor is the standard because Richard Pryor changes comedy because the way he did it, everybody wants to be Richard. In reality, you ain't gonna never be Richard. Everybody thinks you have to talk about yourself, talk about your dark moments, make that honest and funny, and then that makes you a comedian. I totally disagree. And I'll tell you that some of the comics you love don't do that at all. And a lot of the very highly successful ones don't do that either. Chappelle doesn't go on stage talking about himself.
Right.
He's a social commentary. You could hear his voice, but he's not up there talking about his kids or his wife. That's not what he does. He's talking about what he perceives in the world. Eddie never really talked about himself. So there's other greats. Chris don't really talk about himself. He did in Tambourine, but that wasn't like a thing. Seinfeld never talked about himself. He was rich as hell. You said Jeff Dunham does puppets. Niggas hate Carrot Top. Have you seen Carrot Top? You should go see Carrot Top. I know you feel pro comic. Go see him. There's a comic named Justin Whitehead. I don't even know if Justin know me like that. I was in Houston, Texas. I go to the Improv. I'm just stopping through on the show. And Justin Whitehead goes on stage. And Justin does on his social media, he critiques like the 600-pound life shows. He's just screaming at the TV, get your fat ass off the stage, bitch. And I'm sitting in the Houston Improv. This place holds 400 people. And there's a TV on the screen that's like a 32-inch. And I'm used to being at shows where people do full productions and screens and shit. And I'm sitting at this show. And I've never seen him on stage before. I didn't even know about the social media shit, but he's on stage and it's dim in the room and people are laughing and dying. I'm laughing at the material. I said, oh, this guy's funny. And he was like, all right, man, let's do another one. And when I tell you, I saw 300 people take their seat and do like this. And they all turned to this tiny TV in the corner. Mm-hmm. There's no production value in this. It's a little TV. And he was like, all right, keep scrolling. It's somebody in the back scrolling through YouTube clips. He didn't load this shit up. They're just on the regular YouTube. And that one right there. He just screaming from the stage. And then they go to the video and then they pull the video up and it's like the 600-pound life shit. And he was like, stop there. The commercial plays because this is just somebody's YouTube. Mm-hmm. And then he does the same thing he did on social media at the thing. And it was fucking hilarious. There is no one way to do this business.
Right.
Y'all got to let it go. Whatever you do it the way you want to do it, my boy. But hating on the comics that are winning, you just hating, bro. It's okay. You're poor. I get it. I get it. I don't be having money all the time either. I understand that shit is frustrating. So you just reaching out somebody to lash out to. Don't lash out at the comics. Because what I do, I don't think I do crowd work. I think I freestyle. Because all the comics that know better, me and Nate and Nate Clayton, we used to do this all the time. Ron G will be on stage at the Comedy Store and somebody will go up and they'll do a bit and have like an act out. It'll be like, no, don't leave. Stay there. And you see him do it again. And you'll hear us talking to the comics like, and then they go like, da-da-da-da. And then the bitch said, I said, do it again. And then what she say? And now I'm just freely flowing in my comedic ideas. And that's what I'm seeing Nate, Matt, me, Ian Bag, all the people that you see that are really good at this, that's what we're doing. We're just trusting our instincts and our funny. And the other day I was on stage and I was crowd working 2 chairs. There was nobody in the 2 chairs and I didn't want to talk to nobody. So I just decided to talk to the 2 chairs and made 2 imaginary people up. I was in that shit for 6 minutes and people was dying. I was like, this can't be crowd work. Ain't no crowd, bitch. So it's like the idea of fishing, garbage. Stop. Work on your material. If you trust your instincts and you want to be free on stage, then be free on stage. To each his own. You're probably not good at it.
Gotcha.
You probably should just stay to the material. So
now, the Killing It podcast. Yeah. Talk about it.
Justin London on my boys. Justin, not for nothing, had already had. He's always been on the cutting edge of things happening as far as like social media goes. He's always had a post on it while simultaneously handling the acting and TV thing. And he had a show called Underground Legends, I remember, and we all did his F Your Feelings podcast. And then him and London wanted to do something together. And they didn't know what they knew they wanted to do a pod together, and they knew they was going to bring in a third person. They just didn't know who the third person was, and they both had a short list, and I was the only person on both of their short lists.
Okay.
So they was like, oh yeah, this work BT. All right, cool. And because we all kind of feel our own spot. London's doing the TV thing and the Uncle Marvin thing now. Justin has had so much TV and film thing. I'm more touring and commercial. So it's like this beautiful kind of overlap, and within the business, everybody that sits in the seat all has respect for everybody that they're looking at. They know we all be killing. They know that we're all working. This is not that's been the hardest part about the podcast is everybody can sit here, bro. I love you. Please don't make me the villain of your origin story. I don't want to be that. It's just not time yet. Like and I know you might feel away. And listen, you can feel away, but as soon as you book that shit, we gonna call you. I'm gonna ask, man.
I know what you're saying.
I know what he's saying.
Yeah,
too.
y'all know I'm gonna come hat in hand. Hey, brother, we show it like I'm pretty sure when y'all first looked at my credits, y'all was like, wait, this nigga ain't. Okay. Like it happens, but I happen to be kind of hyper aware of what's happening and what's moving in the city. It's like, oh shit. It's like, so the idea of the show is green room etiquette. Now, the green room stuff I was talking about was like on the road, but if you're talking LA and we just chopping it up, then it's a more warm green room. If somebody with some money or success is talking, shut the fuck up. Listen, it's not your time. You're not relatable. You're just annoying. Me and Clayton Thomas were masters at this. We be at the Comedy Union, and today Bill Bellamy here, and he just want to give up the stories. And we didn't call him, and the show's over. And his show ended, it's 11:15, and somebody passes nigga some wings, and he's just talking about hosting on Def Jam. And I was like, me and Clayton look at each other, we was like, yeah, we got this nigga now. And I'll ask a question and let him go. Hush. And Clayton asks a question, let him go. Hush. As long as none of us look at our watch, as long as nobody answers our phone, we finna get a lot of information. We gonna get some gems out this nigga today.
Got you.
Today, we gonna get some gems out of this boy. And every time, it'll be fucked up by some younger comic trying to be relatable. We're like, Bill, man, when you was working on How to Be a Player, we're like, what was the set like? Like, how did you handle being on that kind of set when you was number one on the call sheet? Oh, man, well, I had to do this, that, Man, that's just like when I used to work at this call center, man. I say, hey, man, shut the fuck up. Because as soon as you do it, they be like, oh, yeah, man, it's just like that. Yeah, man, I'm going to get on up out of here. And it's
Right.
like, fuck. The idea of the pod is to keep that organic story going and nobody stop them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, drop the jewels. You don't have to don't have to be performative. Niggas need the information. So how did you tell me about the money, my nigga. Because at some point in time for me, that got very real. I was in LA and I was trying to figure it out, and I looked across the room and I saw two dudes whispering to each other. Some comics I know, it was like, yeah, niggas doing this conversation, man. I'm telling you, niggas, hey, man, we got it. I walked up and said, hey, man, y'all niggas getting some money over here, man. Hey, man, tell me about the money, bro. BT, you crazy. Nah, fuck that crazy shit, man. Y'all getting some money. Because if you live here, if you live in LA and you ain't figured out how to get the money in LA, you hurting yourself because it ain't on the stage.
Right.
It's the green envelope. It's what are you doing in the daytime? It's commercials. It's TV. It's film. It's writing. It's producing. It's whatever that other thing is. It's not on the stage, baby. The clubs pay $100 at best.
Right.
$50 sometimes. Sometimes nothing. Sometimes nothing. So you can't get it like that. How do you find the ways to the money? And once you figure it out, then that's what we're trying to do on the show. Everybody we talk to, either you are currently killing it, you was killing it, or you about to be killing it.
Got you.
So it's either Lance or Kev on stage or Alex Thomas. It's like you got to be in one of these kind of phases. Not saying you're not killing them or I don't want everybody Alex be like, nigga, I'm killing now. I get it, brother. You know what I'm talking about. It's like, nigga, okay, wait, you wrote for the Fresh Prince? Tell me about that writer's room. Tell me about what you learned.
Right.
Like, nigga, how'd you get to the money, my boy? How'd you get to the monies?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what they trying to figure it out. And that's where I feel like we're closer to like a comedic earn your leisure than we are, 85 South, but you probably experienced this as well. It ain't nothing over here, bro. Right. If they don't come do y'all show, and they don't come do our show, I guess what, Tony Rock show, it get real thin after that.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas want to come do it. Niggas want to produce some shit or promote some shit. They got to go do Joe Budden. They got to go do 85 South. You got to get on the plane and go. This is LA.
Right.
There's no reason that we shouldn't have something here. So we was sick of that. We was like, no. And what people don't know is We might have 30 episodes that ain't came out yet.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah. We shooting again next month.
Well, how do you guys, how many do you guys put out a week?
Only one a week, but we backlog so we can keep the conversations evergreen.
Okay.
Ideally, like people that are watching that are getting hip to it now, they don't know Nate was our first episode. Nate, tell me how you got to the money.
Right.
Brother, I've seen, this is your fourth car I've seen you in. They all white. You got to kit it out. You got to get up biz. I seen the vet. I know that you just bought a house up there. Hey, man. Hey, brother. You just bought a whole t-shirt. Hey, man, tell me, you know what I'm saying? But this is my brother, though. So I know how savvy he is. I know that I'm a comedian touring. I'm selling merch. I have to go to somebody for merch. So he just bought a merch floor. He walked into a merch place and they were starting to sell off the pieces. He was like, no, I'm just going to buy all this.
Okay.
So now he has a t-shirt printing shop. But that works for everybody. He owns a comedy club. If you a comic and you coming to do the thing, you call Nate. He's like, hey, man, I need shirts. How many shirts you need? All right, cool. They print the shirts. You show up to the club. The shirts is there.
Got you.
You pay him for the shirts. He wins. You win. You ain't have to pack them. You didn't have to ship them. Right? It's a win for everybody. So it's like, tell me about that. This is what we need to be talking about. Hey, man, I just found out when you running merch with Square, they going to charge you for the taxes. I didn't know this.
Mm-hmm.
This year they just hit me and it was like, hey man, they got to show up on my IRS. I was like, what is Square INC? I was like, that's the merch. I was like, oh, they tracking that? I didn't know them niggas could see me. But this is the information that don't know they have. That's what we be trying to talk about. How you getting it? How you get to it?
Well, I love the show. And the show is cool.
I mean, I love y'all show too, man. I got that's the first thing I said to y'all when I saw y'all at Comic View. I was like, hey man, look. All the best podcasts in the world in one sitting right now. Look at us. Because I love the way you guys have the setup, man. I love how you guys are marketing and you know, you guys are seeing the success. It's moving, baby. Comedy is, you know, content is king.
Absolutely.
We in a good spot. If anybody's in town, man, I'll probably send them your way. If they fucking with us, you know what I mean?
I love it. And we can share guests. We don't have a problem with that.
We talk about different shit. I'm like, yeah, man.
The one thing I want to ask you is, what point did you look up and was like, damn, shit, you know, I'm doing it?
There was I am a true believer in, you know, prayer and manifestation. Like I really believe in that. Like I believe in manifesting the things that you want. And I remember manifesting checks coming in the mail and I didn't have a number. I would just like fictitiously keep coming up with numbers on them and then manifested like what my account looks like. And it's not like money's not everything. Money's not everything. But when you pour for like hella long, money, it's like, I can fucking breathe a little bit. It was like, at least I could be way more creatively free if I don't have to worry about this thing. And now, mind you, I'm not touring as much as I am right now. You know, I had put some money up. I wasn't booked right now. So the top of the year, shit got like, all right, let's hunker down. Wait a minute. You know, we got to book some other shit. They go, or shit finna get real. But it's like, I got my taxes and I was like, I did what this year? Mm-hmm. Hey, the year before, the year before, it was less than 20. And the year before that, I made so little money, I didn't even have to pay taxes. So to see 6 figures on my taxes, I was like, oh, shit. I made money. Huh. Look at there.
Right.
You know, but that's why but for me, if I can touch it, I can achieve it. So like when I bought the season tickets, that was part of the thing. When they're touring the crypto, and they're showing me the places I know for a fact I can't afford. Now, this nigga don't know that.
Right.
They just know I'm thinking about buying season tickets. He don't know how much money I got. I barely had, but I had to put them tickets on a payment plan. But I went and I touched all the walls, and I'm smelling it. What you doing? Nothing. Nothing. It's like, if I could touch it, though, I could achieve it. It's like, no. You say this how much? Oh, yeah, man, it's just like $5 million. You only have to commit for, you know, like 5 years. That's a pretty good price. That's how I'm doing it, but no. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. Give me a second. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that was one of the times, and when Nate with my brothers hitting so hard, so close to me with Nate, lightning struck right here. We lived in this house together. We have wrote movies together. We have toured together. This is my dog. And boy, I'm so happy for you. Cause that'd be the best part.
Right.
Oh, that's the beautiful part is when I'm sitting next to him and I'm listening to the conversations of the business. And the crazy part is some people are unaware. And I'm like, they don't know what's happening because something in Hollywood has changed where they just don't know how much. It's just harder to talk to me crazy if I got the money.
Right.
I drew a hard line for myself in 2020. BT don't get on no planes if ain't no comma attached. I'm not going. I'm not going, baby. I can't do it no more. If it ain't no comma attached, I'm not getting on no plane, fam. I'd rather do the show for free than you pay me for less than what. I'd rather do you a favor than you pay me less than what I feel like I'm worth. I can't do it. I ain't gonna make it. I love you and I ain't gonna make it. Next time I'm in town, I would do this shit for free before I would do it for some random ass rate that you can't afford. No, we're not doing that. You just gotta do that for yourself, man. And that helped tremendously. That helped tremendously.
Well, man, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
We appreciate you, man.
It's been a good time, man. Hey, man, congratulations. Y'all doing it. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Hey, press the fucking follow button. Hey, you know you enjoying this shit. Press the follow button. Watch, support everything they got going on. Get you some goddamn herbs.